Why, hello, hello. How we doing? Is it broken? Is it working? Are we good? Are we good? Hi. Is it working? My biggest concern right now is everything good? Because holy shit. Touch and go for a second. Afraid we can hear you? Well, I was worried in case the audio would sound funky. Like, because it's one of the only things you can't really, like, pre-plan for is the audio being fucky. I can see the camera. I can see this is all good. But yeah, as long as it's working. Good. Nice. Awesome. Do we sound normal? We sound good? What did I do? I reset the entire streaming PC. Every time. Well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? My buttons don't work. That's a pain. I have to fix that. No. So I can... okay, so it's just... There's always going to be some teething issues, chat. Dean, did you get in there? Fucking... It's too many things to do. You guys are fuckers, man. You guys suck. You guys suck. Where's my thing? Toggle video. Tasman! Thank you for the tier 2, bro. But yeah, sorry late today, guys. Obviously, reset the streaming PC. There's like a million things. There's like a little million tiny things. Toggle media request video. Boom. Why doesn't that work? How weird. But this works. Yeah. Does the audio work? Yeah, that works. Weird. Does a pause work? Pause doesn't work. Wait. I think I know. I think I know, chap. Ah. Scam train inbound on platform 69. Please stand clear of the platform edge or serves you right if you get yeeted. There you go. Translation. Okay. Do this. And then... Still doesn't work. Fuck it. No idea why that doesn't work. That's annoying. Anyway, Matrixes! How's it going, Matrixes? Good to see you. Chat, give it up for Matt. Also, go to Matt's stream. Check him out. We'll leave that on the screen just for a bit. Alright, first jobs first. The fuck? First jobs first, let's turn off $5 songs. Good Lord! Thank you, Jetstorm. The mods are bullies. They're bullies. How scared are you reinstalling the casting machine? It terrifies me, and I'm a computer engineer. It's always a bit nerve-wracking, Matt. Like, you back everything up, and you're always like, what have I forgotten? Like, what have I forgotten? And the one thing I did forget was my OBS plugin settings, which didn't save. So I just had to quickly redo all of the settings from memory. Luckily, I'm a fucking genius, and that doesn't take me but a second. But yeah, I think, chat, we've done it. We've smashed it. We have successfully reset. We are no. Apart from my Stream Deck not working properly, I'm not really sure why that's happening, but whatever.
Sophie just said to me as I walked in that I look like a beautiful tree. What a fucking day. I'm personally thrilled. I actually took a picture of myself in my mirror, and I probably will use the caption, I look like a beautiful tree.
I look like a fucking tree.
Alright, alright. Oh, sorry. What? Let's not rephrase it.
Right. Emily lives again. Emily is here.
Well, Fred's Stream Deck might not work, but mine does. Yes!
I'm talking about that Stream Deck, so.
This one?
Yeah, so like I can't, for some reason, can't make the video go away.
Shit.
I don't know why it's
Your
doing
Stream
that.
Deck. Oh dear. Okay, so there's a couple of little snags. Little snags. Neither of the Stream Decks are fully working. Raven Hunter!
51 months. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Raven Hunter.
Poggers.
I didn't even know we're on a bloody hype train.
Oh! Hype. Do you have to accept cookies or some shit?
Fuck.
Oh no! Our hype train banner has become a cookie policy. How do we get rid of that?
I don't know. I do know. I have to do it later.
Oh. Goodbye, hype train thing.
So you're gonna do it for all of them? Yeah. This one's fine though.
Well, right. Most things have been replaced by please accept the cookies, and also,
well,
I still have a hype train going, so that's very hype.
Guys,
Benny Boy coming in with 15 months, an absolute legend.
15 months, thank you very much. Raven Hunter 51 months as well. Tier 2, thank you.
Everyone? Did we accidentally leave $5 songs on?
Yes.
Whoopsie doodles.
I've turned them off now.
They're off now. Calm your bobs, everybody. Raven Hunter, thank you. Jetstorm Hunter? What the hell? You have a child now.
Hunter.
Jetstorm, thank you. Matrices, thank you. Peachy, thank you. Vulcan, thank you. Benny Boy, thank you. Custom hype train overlay from Dean needs to be done when? There's nothing wrong with our hype train overlay. Just, I mean, it could be prettier, I suppose, but like, there's only so many things you need. Like when Fred and I are already here looking as good as we do.
Exactly.
You know, you don't want to overcomplicate the situation.
Chat, you don't want to like, I don't want to overwhelm you, okay?
Also, can we just, so I did a nice tweet with some pictures of our chairs, our new chairs. And I just want to like hype up how good it is that these new chairs are so much smaller, because like they take up so much less like,
yeah, it's nice,
frame. Because in the past, all chairs have like towered over me. Feels so good to have a chair that's sort of my size. Like, look, my head goes to like the top of it. I have one of those pillows which I don't actually need. They're like very aesthetic, but like I don't know, it doesn't particularly benefit me, so I think I'll take it off because it means I can actually like sit right back in it, which is awesome. Also, chat. I don't know if I can spoil this.
I'm doing some last minute snags.
I don't know if I can.
Sorry for being quiet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You should have said something. I was like, is Fred gonna say anything? Is he gonna? Fred is fixing something. I don't know what, but there's clicking occurring. We don't have moments. We don't have anything. We've never got a new feature when Twitch announces it in his life.
Addiv!
Why have I made Twitch one singular man? In his life.
Because he's a bastard.
Addiv coming in with 1,000 bits, which is $10. Thank you so much. Yeah, so chat. Yesterday, I know Fred said that this was the case. If you saw it in the Instagram story, I think it's all still up there. I'm not actually sure.
Should be.
I'm not entirely clear. But basically, on the Instagram story, I did the whole us redoing underneath the desk because all the cables were dangling absolutely everywhere. And we kept hitting them. We kept knocking stuff out. It was a whole mess.
The last one's still there.
We have reattached all of the cables under the desk, which is what we did yesterday. We also completely, I know Fred was saying this, like reinstalled Windows. We've got a fresh Windows install on the streaming PC, which does mean that like a couple of little things are off. Yes. But it also means that we shouldn't have a lot of the issues that we've been having with the stream over the last like literally 5 months. Oh man, that should have been garbage.
Garbage.
You really got scammed on that one. No, well, chants are dead. What a banger! Thanks, Steve.
Chants are all over. We didn't get moments. What else didn't we get? What other features that Twitch have released that have been super hyped that we didn't get?
Literally, we get none of them. We get nothing. Things not working equals streamers Twitchified. So the thing is, right?
Could be.
The thing is that I obviously know there'll be a couple of little things, like the Stream Deck needs a little stroke.
Yes.
But whatever. Like, and I know Fred lost a lot of his stuff that he's been doing today. But it's really, really important work. And it's super, super good to get it done. It just means the stream will run more cleanly.
You have
we won't
no
have to do
idea
restarts.
How much better underneath the desk is. Yeah. We had extension cables just dangling.
Falling on us midstream.
Like, not good. And now I have 2 server rack power distributors screwed to the bottom of the desk. So they literally, the screws are never going to let me down. They got washers in them and everything.
Happy. And getting the stream... Fred wasn't actually going to do, like, resetting the whole stream PC at the same time, and then he was like, let's do it. Let's just take the time.
I've been on a fucking rampage recently, Jack. I cannot even tell you.
Apart from the Super Velcro one, mate, that one would not come off.
Yeah, that one was tough.
Look, can you imagine how much software Fred had to install yesterday? Fred was literally sitting there like, what is plugged into this PC? Trying to remember everything.
It's so confusing. I'm not gonna
Madness. Lie. Insanity.
I ended up doing it all. The only thing I forgot to reinstall was Pretzel. So we have to rely on pleb music again today.
No! Bring me back Pretzel. That's fine. We can do that
back
for tomorrow. But... yeah, so like that's really good. Stream will run better. Stream will look better. Stream will perform.
Yep.
Not break as much. All the good stuff. We also did a ton of like house DIY stuff. Again, you probably saw it on the Instagram story, or you may have seen it on the... I posted a little bit of it on Twitter, which is that we put a cool little light setup for our plants that were in the corner of the room. Because like it's like midwinter. It's dark. The plants are like, fuck me. So...
should post that on TikTok as well, I guess, maybe. Maybe there should be like a friendly TikTok.
Then I've got to edit it together. I could do that later.
No, I was going to say, maybe there should be a...
Well, actually, okay, so as of tomorrow, there's nothing left to do. I mean, there's a few things, but like...
no, man, I'm free. Like, I've literally done all of my things.
Tons of DIY.
Everything works as far as I can tell, which is really good. There are no big snags. OBS, backing up OBS managed to save all my stuff, so there's no like snags to there.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the gym tomorrow, Sophie, at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
So Fred and Sophie have been hitting the gym. I will probably be joining them, but I was still a bit peaky, so I haven't gone yet. But honestly, we've done like 1,000 really important things, which I am living for. I also don't know if you guys saw, but I've actually started... and from, like, this will be a fun thing, hopefully, because it'll make finding the VODs a bit easier as well. On the Fremily Demand, on the Fremily On Demand YouTube channel, we are now uploading videos with, like, proper titles, tags, and thumbnails.
Emily's been working really hard.
Yeah, that's something that I've been working on, and it should be easier to do now.
Oh,
but...
moment of truth.
What?
You're gonna switch scenes. I'm like, ah!
Oh, are we stressed about this?
No.
Are we not sure if it's gonna work?
No, it's gonna work.
Cross fingers, chat. It worked. So can you see, like, the Stardew Valley streams and stuff like that? And can you see, look, they start now. They start now without the 10-minute countdown. So I've got a whole little system where what I'm doing is I am clipping the first like 10, 11, 12 minutes off, depending on how that goes. I'm making a thumbnail. I'm changing the title so that you guys know what we're doing. I'm only putting it in the playlist that's on the Fremily channel and on the Fremily On Demand channel.
Thanks for the hype train, guys.
Yay! Thank you so much. So, yay. This is really good. If you miss out on the live streams and you want to check stuff out, it'll all be there. Obviously, I'm not going to go back and do like every one ever, but I think that this is a serious improvement over, because can you see it starts with the countdown? disappointing, terrible, diabolical.
The countdown.
Whereas this starts with like talking.
Yeah.
And it's got a title and everything. So yes, the Family On Demand channel has had an overhaul. My bedroom has had an overhaul.
Have you shown anyone your mirror yet?
No, I actually took some pictures. And then I sat down and wanted to talk to my chat. The stream PC has been fixed. The desk no longer has dangling wires.
The mirror in the bedroom looks so good.
Okay, yeah. We decorated my mirror because I'm also making my glorious comeback on Fan House. In the sense that my Fan House was paused because of
motherfucker.
Because someone reported that my bath selfies.
Why would you do this, Adam?
Hyper what?
Yeah, Hyperscape is officially kaput.
Is the mirror on the ceiling? Shame on you. Okay, so there's a bit of a problem where the only pictures I have that show the whole thing, I'm in them and I'm posing a bit.
You could scrub yourself out if you don't want to be seen.
No, it's fine. Yeah. I just like dress like a little...
It looks awesome.
Okay, we went full Tafiti. So I got some flowers to drape around the mirror to make it a little bit cuter. And then Fred and I were like, okay, we're going to sort this out. And Fred basically was like, well, you bought flowers, so we're going to put them all on. It looks like, imagine like Cher's hair.
Well, apparently,
that is what my mirror's got going on.
Apparently, what
now.
I had in my mind and what Emily had in her mind are two very different things.
I was like going to add like a couple of strings of flowers. Look what Fred did. Look at it! Fuck me!
Virgin Me One live stuff.
Look at it! It's so good. I love it. Virgin Me, congratulations. Chat, we need to make sure.
Yeah, I think Emily was gonna go light, and I was like, no.
I was gonna add like a couple. Fred was like, heavy. Absolutely not.
Looks kind of good though, not gonna lie. I like it. I think it came out quite good.
Good. Plus, I was like taking some pictures that I might use one of these on a going live tweet. And look how cute it looks with little flowers around it.
See?
Cute. So like, it's kind of excessive.
I've been killing it recently, I've been going fucking hard recently.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So on Monday, Fred had therapy. I had like the best time because I was walking Fred to therapy, as is cute. We went outside, we grabbed some breakfast. I walked Fred to his therapy, like the nice route as well. And that was
the park.
So we get to the like where we're about to separate, and Fred's gonna walk like the last like couple of minutes. And we were right by this pub, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit in the pub. And I sat in the pub, and I had a coffee and an appetizer, and I sat by the fire.
Well, we walked in, and I was like, oh, there you go, you can sit by the fire. And I was like, I can't just sit by the fire by myself. And I was literally like, why not?
So I did. So I sat there for like an hour, and I should have bought like headphones or a book or something, because I was just sitting there on my phone like reading shit on Twitter, but it was still good. And so that was a really nice start to Monday. And then we came back, and we've basically been just DIYing ever since.
Yeah.
And it feels so good.
No,
Do you know what? I have been moving around and doing stuff. Fred did do a whole workout, so that should all work on the exercises.
I was going to say, I think me and Sophie probably get like 500 knocked off each.
Yeah, you guys did a big workout, but
like an hour.
I also feel like
horrible.
45 minutes actually.
45 minutes of horror. Sophie's still in pain.
2 days later.
Yeah, you know that machine that you sit on, you lift up the weights like this, like, and you look like a chicken. Yeah, Sophie cannot lift her shoulders.
Yeah, Sophie was chickening. So I love it when Sophie shouts things from the background, says wild lemons. So we have been doing stuff. I just haven't been knocking it off on exercises because it hasn't been like a concerted exercises. Do you know what I mean? It's been like just doing things. That being said, Sophie and Fred went and did like a full workout at the gym, which is awesome. So hey, look at you guys doing fun stuff. So watch out for more exercise things. I will be joining Fred for workouts. Sophie will be doing workouts. Everybody's going to be exercising. I was going to start doing workouts on the
stream again. So that's coming back. I'm going to mostly focus on like shoulders, chest, arms at the gym, and I'm going to be doing squats on stream.
Squatting on stream, baby. Ooh. Oh.
What?
I was like, oh, let's put on a background song, but we don't have pretzel.
No, I forgot. The one thing I forgot to get was pretzel, and now I feel naked without it.
Good news. After 2 years of watching 3 million enjoying every minute, not redeeming treats to Florence, not getting links to the 2 or anything else, I have finally achieved the highest goal.
What is it?
No!
Oh!
Yes!
1 million beans. All right.
1 million beans. Tasman has redeemed Get VIP. You are our first ever Beans VIP.
Dude. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Boom. Tasman, you are officially a Fremily VIP.
Nice.
That is amazing. That is stunning. That's wild. I actually feel bad because I know all the mods want to be VIPs, but you can't be a VIP and a mod. Hey, look at you go! That is more than earned. Like, I didn't really want to make the Get VIP thing, like, cheap.
Yeah.
Because obviously, one, there's only a certain amount of VIPs you can have full stop. And it's, like, baked in that you can't have more than that. So at some point, there won't be any more VIP slots. But also, it's, like, kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal to be a VIP. Like, it's its own category.
Oh, VIPs are a
So
big
I
deal?
feel good that it's like, mate, you've struggled. Yeah, and Tasman loves the stream. Tasman is always here. Like, amazing. Stunning.
Right, I'm actually doing one thing that is like.
Fred's been doing all kinds of sneaky business. What are you
Oh,
up to
I'm
now?
a sneaky man.
Are you so
Em.
sneaky?
I'm a sneaky man. Well, I had an idea. VIPs deserve their moment, right? So, what we're gonna do?
What are you doing? See, Fred always does stuff and doesn't tell me what he's going to do. So then I don't know if I agree with it or not.
I
So I have
don't
to
tell
sit here
you
and be like,
nothing.
yeah, Fred's like,
I don't tell you
Fred's like,
nothing.
I changed the whole stream. Spoken now.
So, it is 228. The green is 36.
What
The
are you doing?
blue is
I truly don't know what's happening.
save. Right, Tasman, say something in chat. Did it work?
Tasman.
It might have worked, it might not.
I haven't the foggiest. What's gonna happen to him?
Hopefully it worked. No, not rainbow. No. Ah, it didn't work. I was trying to make the people's, if they're VIP, their text would be the same color as the badge.
Oh, okay, that is actually kind of cute. I'm not necessarily against that.
It's very cute, in fact.
Yeah, I didn't want to fuck with name colors. That would be not cute.
No, just text colors.
But it didn't work. Also, I don't know. Would that undermine the star of the stream? No.
Not really.
Because yellow is still more important. But I don't think it works anyway, so fuck it. But yeah, in good news, everything's running nicely. There's always a chance that you do your first stream back with a reset computer.
Yeah, oh
And
my
it's
god, I
like,
was so nervous.
I exploded! And you're like, fuck. But it hasn't.
Good
Either-
news, everybody.
Yes. Max Mark coming in with a prize.
41 months.
Woo!
Also, one of the great things about Stream Elements is that's all hosted elsewhere, so it all just is here. Also, we're running on X.264 again, so we're not running on NVIDIA.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell, we're back
Which
on
is why
X.
I've got this here.
Mhm.
This is not permanent, obviously.
I was wondering if the stream could see that.
Yes,
I was
they
like,
can.
I was like, this isn't a preview, is it?
No, they can see
Because
that.
like when you do preview, it can look the same but have a little thing. But
I'm
you
sure
guys
the
can
nerds
see.
in chat love seeing it.
Mhm.
The nerds in chat are like, oh, yes.
Oh, but it's good for us to keep an eye just to make sure that nothing crazy is happening, and like we don't need to go back to our old way of encoding or whatever. But we
Yeah.
should be all fine.
I'm nerd.
So yeah, it feels really, 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 really good to have this done. It feels good that pretty much no one in the flat is ill right now. Sophie
Yeah.
and Ben have been killing it for Twitch London stuff and
Been
getting
doing
things,
so good.
getting things like up and going there.
We've got a
which
sponsor stream next week.
feels great. We have a sponsor stream coming up.
You know, I've also been doing emails.
Yeah.
I've been all over the place, mate.
Honestly, there's been a lot to do, and we've done it, and I'm so fucking
I'm
pleased.
chuffed. I'm chuffed.
Because honestly, the post-Christmas time is never the most fun anyway, because like,
Oh, January can like literally
Christmas,
suck
you know?
a fucking big
but
one.
like it's still cold, it's still dark, it's still cruddy, and everyone's been sick, and Sophie had glandular fever, and we're at the hospital, and all this stuff feels so good to be like kind of through most of that. Everybody is trying their best, like eating well, exercising,
Mhm.
resting, looking after themselves. We've got like a lot of kind of stuff that takes a bit of time kind of out the way.
Yeah, there's a lot
And-
of like
Mhm.
behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't often really see, which is
Yeah,
like
and frankly, it
well,
doesn't.
that you guys don't,
Like at the
can't
end of the
see
day,
really.
it's like none of your business, but like it doesn't matter. Like, if I'm like, oh, guys, you wouldn't believe the number of emails I had to write, you'd be like, yeah, well, I mean, sometimes you got to write emails. But it feels really, 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 really good to have stuff, like, moving forward in a really, like, productive way. Oh, no. How are you? Oh, I'm gonna
Emily's getting to it.
I'm gonna get a penis.
Ah.
Don't send me your penis.
Could you rate this for me? Schlong.
Yeah, it's a brand new account.
Ooh.
A brand new account following 144 mostly women.
No.
Excited for the incoming penis picture. Oh no. Laying on your millions. You know what I'm like, Dean. You know what I'm like. The post-Christmas millions that everybody has. I've also got dinner prepared. Minestrone. It's happening.
Chat, in hype news, though, I am thinking about buying a new bin. In the most...
Hey, Steve. No, don't show the public it's gone up in price.
What?
Yeah, your bin's gone up in price.
This is a scam.
Yeah.
I'm being scammed. This was... Chat, do you want to see the bin? I was like literally tempted to buy this bin. So bins are expensive, okay? So I don't need to talk to you guys. Bins are expensive if you buy like a in any way nice bin. What's up, Steve? How you doing, dude?
Woohoo!
So this bin was like £120, 129 pounds. And I was like, that's expensive, but it's really nice, lasts ages, and I know a good bin is good, right? Antibacterial, all that sort of stuff. Look at this absolute lie. It was £129 the other day.
It's gone up 50 quid.
This is a lie.
Your dream has been shattered.
This is all a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lie. I'm pissed.
That sucks.
Because it's a double bin, right? One side's recycling, one side's like general refuse. Mm-hmm. I like that because we have a small flat. Also, it's off the ground, so all the stuff that spills down the sides, which inevitably happens, you can actually see it and clean it, which was my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's fucking mega expensive. Mate, fuming.
That is upsetting.
Bin
Question.
updates of Fred.
Ask Endless Days. Does the UK make a big deal of the Super Bowl as we do in the States? No. No one over here watches American football. And when I say no one, I mean some people do, but it's a pretty niche thing.
I know one person who watches American football.
Alex and Terry, they both watch it.
Oh, Terry does too.
I
know two people that watch
Two
American football.
people. No one watches it. We make a big deal of like the World Cup. We make a big deal of football. Other soccer stuff. I know no one. Yeah. Rams? Is that a team?
Tara, are you in the UK? And you like football? Okay, I know 3 people.
Yeah.
Apparently, stream elements are being slow again, by the way.
Rugby/darts. Are you being like, no, Britain makes a big deal about darts? They don't. That doesn't mean that some people don't like darts. Darts is absolutely a sport that is watched over here. If you're talking anything that competes with the Super Bowl vibe, it's major football tournaments. The Euros, World Cup, Champions League? I'm struggling to remember what Sophie talks about.
Like football. Like, hey, came through.
But yeah, it's definitely...
Bengals.
I know that American football's been trying to, like, do stuff over here. I've seen quite a few advertise, like, we're doing you know when they do, like, a show competition?
Yeah.
You know, where it's, like, not really... But, like, everybody comes over. So they've been doing those in, like, Wembley Stadium occasionally. Yeah, the Rugby World Cup's a big deal as well.
I don't really know. Hey, Haiti, how you doing?
Hi.
I don't really know why anyone... If you have the option between rugby and American football, why you would choose American football. Because rugby is... Is it controversial to say better? It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Football is like...
Yeah.
Whereas rugby, it's just fast. It's like as fast as ice hockey, but like with no pads and you smash each other's faces. It's great. I used to play it. It used to be great.
Rugby is a bigger deal over here. Like rugby is kind of our like second sport, I would say. Some people are into cricket, some people are into darts, some people are into snooker. Those are all relatively popular. I mean, darts and snooker are more niche, but like you'll definitely find some like people who are definitely into it.
Mm-hmm.
NFL is down to last second at times. Oh yeah, I just want to be clear that like
obviously NFL definitely has some appeal, right? Like,
yeah.
Like it wouldn't have that many fans if it wasn't fun.
whatever the proper one is,
Yeah, the one where you throw the ball
and like run
and you punch each other. That's...
Yeah, do scrums and stuff. Are you talking like that Australian version? There's like a weird Australian version of like basically all sports. Australia's just out here doing its own completely wild thing.
Yeah, Steve, ice hockey's surprisingly popular over here. It's one of those things where not a lot of people talk about it, but they sell out games all the time. Like, the stadiums are small, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, do you know what? Okay, so ice hockey is not big, and I would say that NFL is probably bigger than ice hockey over here. That being said, ice hockey actually exists as a sport, so we're not shipping in Americans and Canadians. As like every time I see American football advertised over here, it's like this team and this team have traveled to London, are going to do a sport, right?
I actually think ice hockey might be bigger than football over here.
Well, ice hockey has like a real grassroots community.
Yes, that's
like
true,
there are real teams. Like they're not huge. They're not like full-time professional athletes. A lot of them are like part-time. But that being said, like it is real. And actually, we're gonna go and see our local ice hockey team.
There's a name. For all my Canadians and ice hockey fans in chat, our local team is called the Guildford Flames. Guildford is a place. It's it's like not very far away.
I fucking hate Guildford, but it's still there.
Do you guys want to see the logo for the Guildford Flames? You guys are gonna laugh. All the Canadians are gonna laugh. Now, the reason why that's funny is that there's a team called the Calgary Flames that use a C with the exact same fire in the background, and we just made it a G.
They did a little robbery. Wait, show us the Calgary Flames flame. That's thievery. Look, you guys can't start throwing shade at the Guildford Flames purely because Fred was a Guildford Spark.
I was a Guildford
Firefly.
Firefly, Spark, a few of them.
They got all the different sizes.
Guildford Flames, Calgary Flames. It's even the same little flicks.
Yes! Yeah, so somebody, whoops, did a little steal. Yeah. What can I say? Totally different, mates, totally different. The Calgary Flames, yeah.
Completely different.
I would say, like, there's obviously way more money in American football over here in the sense that they want to get more people watching the games? I don't know, whatever. But with ice hockey, like, there are real, like, you could meet people in the UK who play it.
The Guildford Flames outfit is a lot nicer though than the Calgary Flames. Like they may have ripped off the logo, but their uniform is way better.
But Fred knows a lot about ice hockey because he actually used to play it.
I did.
He was in all of the stuff up to like. You played up until the.
I played up until I was about 18.
18? Yeah. So you left like the under 16s and you got into like that thing, and then you were kind of like, I know I don't want to put in enough time to like try and be on the main team.
Well, the under 19s is basically pre-professional.
Yeah.
So, and I was kind of like sitting there, and I was talking to my coach, and he was like, "You're really gonna have to sort of like, you're at like a kind of crossroads where you won't ever be good enough to go to America." And I was like, "Yes, I know that. I'm not that good." And he's like, "But you can be good enough to play hockey in the UK and probably like make money doing it. It won't ever be your full-time job because it's no one's full-time job in the UK. But you know." That's something you can do, but it will require you to basically focus on that almost exclusively. And I was like, but I kind of want to go to college and study computers.
Yeah, you were like, computers and like IT and games are more my passion. It was kind of a dividing point where you were like, it was definitely a passion for you as a kid, but it was like less your passion now. Yeah, and like the amount of time you'd have to put in versus how successful you could be, it
took so long to get to Guildford from where I lived. It was like, it was the worst.
Yeah.
So I basically just packed it in and didn't play hockey again until I was a bit older.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a thing where I think Fred wants to try and get a bit more back into skating, because he really enjoyed it. And it's difficult because we are smack dab in between two big ice hockey stadiums, meaning you've got to drive like half an hour one way or half an hour the other. But because we don't have a car, it goes from half an hour to an hour on public transport. So yeah, we've found there's like one place which isn't where you trained, but it is. They've done it up recently, and it's actually quite nice. Yeah,
so there's a place called Streatham in the UK. Yeah, Streatham, but it's called Streatham.
Streatham, yeah.
And they have a team called they had a team called they're called the Red Hawks now, but they used to be called the Streatham Smoke. Oh wait, no, I've got it wrong. The Guildford Smoke was the old man's team at Guildford because the Guildford Flames, Guildford
That
Smoke.
makes sense, yeah, because you're like a spark, a firefly, an
So
ember.
I got it all wrong. It was
Yeah.
never Stratum Smoke.
I don't
See,
know what
it just
stratum we're called.
just
Yeah.
clicked in.
They've done it up now. That's the thing, right? So Fred is thinking, because there's a bus that goes straight from Kingston there. It's like an hour, but it's just a bus. So Fred's actually thinking like door to door, it would take like an hour and maybe he could go do a bit of skating and like kind of get back into it a little bit because it's really fun and Fred's really good at skating. When I say really good, I mean like really good for like a normal person. Like he's going forward, he's going backwards, he's doing little steppies and stuff.
I was going to say, Smithster, yeah, we were at Twitch London. Emily is the organizer of Twitch London.
Yeah.
She is Miss Twitch London.
So Twitch London, we had like a 2-year gap where we were just doing digital events because of the pandemic.
Sorry.
Be gone, in brackets, thought. Where we had like the pandemic and stuff. Let's see if this button works. It did. But the pandemic, we got one in November. It went really well, super fun, and we are planning some more for this year, if you're vibing. Mods jumped down my throat. Wait, what? I don't think the mods care that much. The mods are like, how dare you not know? You met us? Oh, nice. But yeah, we'll be doing more Twitch Londons. Because, yeah, we were averaging like 2 to 3 a year, and then we got down to 1 in 2 years. I'm sure you probably did. I'm always there. Usually looking quite stressed. McGill, congratulations. You won a game I cannot pronounce. Two from the Wild Lemons. Thank you very much, Lemons. Also, chat, enjoy some of this background Florence action. And if you haven't, I made a little reel of Florence looking majestic yesterday on Instagram. Hey, Mrs. Summertimes, how are you doing? But yeah, so, like, in terms of sports, it's partly also because I don't have any particular interest in sports. Like, Sophie's trying to bully me to go to a football game on Friday, and I don't want to go. I don't, because I don't care. But it's the Chelsea women's team, and they actually play in Kingston, so, like, must I be so lazy? You know, I should probably go and be like, now I've never gone to a football match, ever. Like, I've lived in England most of my life, and I've never gone to a football match. They're lifting all restrictions in 2 weeks. Woo. Great. You live in England. What do you mean a trip to Old Blighty? Have you moved? You're just up north. It's not a different country.
Yeah, Old Blighty doesn't refer to as London.
Ice hockey is definitely my favorite sport. Yeah, we were watching some
Olympic
ice hockey. We were watching team versus team and other team versus other team. I derped. It's fine. It's just funny.
Yeah, the Old Blighty is the entire UK, not just London. Look,
Does bender mean homosexual in America?
I
Just asking.
don't think it does. No,
What does bender mean in America?
I'm not sure.
Because over here, bender is like gay.
Yeah,
you know.
Bender is
It's
sexual.
not necessarily a
sexually
polite
bent.
thing. It's not. I wouldn't put it in like deeply offensive, but it's definitely like, you know, you probably only call your very good friends that.
Yeah, yeah.
Is the stream title the topic? Wait, mashed potato. I wish I could speak. Is the stream title the topic of conversation today? It will be in a bit.
So, because of the streaming PC, we reset the streaming PC. We started so late that we're not really going to have time to play games today. So I thought we'd have a good old chinwag.
Oh, it's a hockey term.
I've never heard that.
Oh!
I've never
No,
heard that
if
hockey term
someone
before.
called you, in the UK, if somebody said you're a bender, they mean you're gay. Not necessarily in a complimentary way.
Hockey bender. A bender is a slang word in hockey. It's most commonly used to describe a bad hockey player.
Oh!
Never heard.
Yeah, it's like, it's gay.
Well, in England, yeah,
Yeah.
being a bender is being a gay. It's a bit of a, not like a very
I wouldn't,
rude
that's what I'm
way.
saying. It's not like deeply offensive. It's not like a slur, but it's definitely not meant as a compliment.
No.
You know?
It's almost like what you'd say to your mate as like a joke. You wouldn't ever use it to actually insult someone because no one's ever going to be offended by being called a bender.
Yeah, I mean... Death. It's coming.
Match. Bender's playing, makes YouTube videos. Hilarious. I am no, but I definitely want to go down to Streatham. I definitely want to ice skate. I might even tweet out when I'm going and be like, if you fancy having a skate with me, come
That
down.
would be so cute.
Like, if you can get to Streatham and you fancy a skate, let's go. Also, really weirdly, apparently, me and King J, who's also another streamer,
Mhm.
worked at Homebase around the same time in the same area.
No,
So we might have.
that's crazy.
We could have worked together at one point or another, which is kind of crazy.
That's so funny. I had no idea. Ooh, chat. I did a little post hyping up our new chairs. If you would like to go give it a like, it would mean a lot. Purely because Noble Chairs gave us chairs, and it's nice to say thank you.
New chairs.
Also, I think my pictures are nice. And Fred tidied the desk.
I did. Once Emily made dinner, I tidied the desk.
He is also a robot in Futurama. That's just a funny side effect. Tell me when, man, and I'll bring down some decent edges and we can get a game together. I'll book the flight. That'd be so funny. What were your thoughts on them basically allowing the spread of COVID? Bad. Did not enjoy that. 0 out of 10. Also, it was frustrating / interesting because before Omicron, post Delta, before Omicron, we actually hosted a Twitch London in November, and we did the absolute legal maximum that we were allowed to do. So we basically said
we went fucking hard.
We said like we would like everybody to be double vaccinated, though obviously we cannot legally enforce that. We want every single person to have their COVID pass. We'll be checking names to passes. It took like hours. We nearly froze to death doing it.
I'm gonna say as well.
But
I'm gonna say we had a few Americans come over, and every time I checked them, they were so sheepish about it, and they were sort of like, "Is a negative lateral flow?" And I was like, "Okay, I literally can't say no." But where's your vaccination proof, bro?
yeah, like you've flown over.
There's so many Americans. I was
Weird.
like, what's with Americans getting vaccinated?
Yeah, there was definitely a subset of people being very strange about it, but we did absolutely everything that we legally could.
Yep.
And because obviously we're having a big 1,000-person event indoors. The concern is clearly like that I'm going to host a fucking super spreader event. That is not what I wanted. So we were really strict about it. We were really like, we're not fucking around. And you know what? I didn't get a ping. I didn't get there were Americans at last Twitch London.
There's a few.
I would say of all of the people who flew in, Americans were like the main group. Like often we'll get quite a few people from like other parts of Europe, especially like Scandinavian countries, but it seemed like our main foreign conglomerate were the Americans this time.
Yeah.
Probably for COVID reasons, but I don't know. But the weird thing was that like I was obviously having to go into it like with a hope that the systems in place would work, and they really did.
There was
Nobody
one single
got
report of COVID
Nobody got
or
pinged.
anything.
And I was like, damn, it really shows you that if people
A cold spread around,
God,
There was a cold,
fucking mangy cold.
but it wasn't COVID.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna lie. Pat on the back.
Like obviously I don't get to control disease, but it does show you that when everything's put in place, the best that you're allowed, it can really, really limit spread.
My legs were so tired the next day, and I was like, why are my legs so sore? Like I didn't do that much. I didn't dance very much. Then I realized I stood outside scanning COVID passes from 5:30 till 9:30, and I was like, 4 hours scanning passes outside. Yeah, that will break your legs.
Yeah, it was quite funny because people were like, well, I got a cold, and I'm like, yeah.
Didn't scan you for cold.
I wasn't scanning. We were checking temperatures for COVID. So I felt very lucky because I think I would have felt terrible if things hadn't have gone as well as they had. But at the same time, I did put we put a ton of work in.
Yeah.
And it actually paid off.
No, I was a little bit gutted because I basically came in, went to the bathroom, went and hydrated myself, and then it was went out about 10 o'clock. And I was like, oh, it's not very busy. That's really weird. Why is there so much space? Oh, the event's been going for hours, and there's only 2 hours left.
Yeah, so you missed like the entire
I missed most
thing.
of it.
Yeah, me too. People were like telling me like, oh, and then they played this, and then they did that, and I was
I was really sad about missing most of it. I was like, oh, I was actually looking forward to it, but I spent all of my time scanning passes.
Well, Sophie and Ben did so much of the setup as well that we were like, right, we're gonna scan. You know, I was floored for about 2 weeks after Twitch London. I don't know if it was a bad cold or the flu, but I definitely got something. It wasn't COVID. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, there was a cold or a flu. Yeah,
yeah, like
I got it.
I didn't get it. That's why it was like 2 weeks of Emily streams afterwards.
Torte,
thank you so much. Coming in with 78 months, you absolute legend. Really, 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 really kind.
The most.
But yeah, it was good.
It was great.
It went well. I wish
when you do the legal maximum and do everything you possibly can to protect people, turns out COVID doesn't get spread.
I really wish that we had done more over here with regards to COVID. It does not shock me, the government, etc. But it was really disappointing to see that, like, when there was an opportunity to stop spread, we did not take it. What's happened? Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I need to tell Sophie.
That's good. Tell Sophie. Tell
Some
us.
you bastards.
Tell me.
Well, I saw it 10 hours ago, Fred. I can't update you on things that happen every 10 hours.
Emily got followed by the game partnerships at Dell.
That's Twitch London got followed.
No, it's not.
Oh. Is he sure?
Yes.
Oh, no!
Oh, you deleted the entire row, you idiot.
No! You hit.
Yes, I did.
How do you hit?
Let me do it.
No. Don't talk to me.
I'm going to break it again. There you go. Emily, so much trouble.
I made a mistake.
Sorry.
Are you sure it was me?
It might have been Twitch London, actually.
I think it was Twitch London. I'm going to change
now
this.
that you've
I'm going to change it, and then you're going to see it, and then you won't want to hit
I
me.
might have been wrong. I will concede I might have been wrong.
Why did I delete the whole column?
I don't know. Okay, I was wrong. Okay.
Twitch London reigns supreme. Anyway, we're
Still,
fine.
that's also good news.
By the way, Emily, remember Dave Benson Phillips? Yes, always. Has Fred already reached out to him and said, if you need help setting up for Twitch, I will?
He doesn't live that far away.
I just saw Fred's reply to him. Mate, if I got to meet Dave Benson Phillips, it would be a little bit like...
I'll go down to his house. I'll set him up.
No, it would be a little bit like, you know, in Community, when Troy meets, Geordie LaForge, what's his name? LeVar Burton.
Oh, yeah.
And I would be a state. I would literally be like, oh my god, you meant so much to me in my childhood. And he'd be like, cool. Can you show me how to set up Twitch?
Chat.
I just wanted a picture. Let's
Chat real quick. Red Bull are hiring a head of gaming and esports marketing on LinkedIn right now.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn are like pinging me, being like, you might want to apply for this job. And I'm like, I don't want to apply for that job. But if any of you guys apply for the job, sponsor me.
I'll be so worth it. Anyone in chat from the UK, especially Boris, has said all restrictions will be lifted in a couple of weeks. Please share a thought for us who are immune compromised. COVID isn't over just because the government says it is. Yes, there is still people who need to take precautions. So please listen to those people and respect any personal space / preventative measures people require. Yes,
I will be
1,000,000%.
Guess what we have to give out at all of our Twitch Londons?
Yeah, Twitch sent us a bunch of Twitch face masks, which is cute.
So I will be. I still wear my masks everywhere. To be honest, I wear my masks in shops, on bus, everything. Like,
well, I am of the opinion, right, that people
shops.
need to freely go to the shops, right? They need to buy food. They need to get on the train. They need to get on the bus. The last thing they need, especially like because immunocompromised people still have to do things.
Yeah.
Especially now that like a lot of accommodations have been lifted. The last thing I want to do is be sitting there breathing whatever plague I've currently got on everybody else. People need to fucking live, you know? Yeah, I literally don't really get why you wouldn't. It's clearly
actually not that bad around here. A lot of people in this area are wearing masks, and it's actually quite like nice. Like I went to the shops today, and I would say good. Like there was like 1 or 2 people not, and everyone else was, including all the staff.
Which is really good.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But
your sister tested positive yesterday. That sucks.
But yeah,
hopefully she'll bounce back real quick.
COVID's not over. Also, we do not know what long COVID is. Basically, chat, just still carry on being safe. Even though the restrictions have been lifted, try and do your best. Try and at all times try and do your best, because people like Rilu are at risk, and we need to protect them.
Yeah. Just be polite. No,
you
can't know everybody else's situation. You can't. Maybe that person isn't immunocompromised, but they live with somebody who is. You know, maybe they want to go visit their grandma. You know, it's just like people.
Also,
they're the worst.
Today, I was walking to my local corner shop, and I had my mask on, and well, I didn't have it on. As I was putting it on, a bunch of like Utes came out, right, and they're all like fake roadmen, you know, they all got their big puffer jackets, and they're all like, "What you saying, bruv?" And none of them talk like that.
Like people who are like Kingston,
like, shut up, Charles.
You know? Yeah,
you know what I mean. And they all looked at me. They all kind of give me a funny look, and I realized it's because I've got sideburns, big old sideburns, which aren't in fashion right now, and a moustache. And I was like, "Oh, you guys probably like making fun of me, but you grow one."
Yeah, literally.
Fred was like,
those shits."
I don't think they were making fun of me. I think they were sort of like looking at me like I had my Twitch bag on, probably that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Sometimes you're like, these kids are clocking me. What's going on? And then you're like, oh,
nothing better than just being like, yeah. Shame you can't get one, bro.
flexing on these kids with your
So
moustache.
good.
Diabolical.
And the burns. Don't forget the burns.
I would never forget. Fred's really.
This burn is more square than this burn. I've got to go have a little adjust later on, chat.
I think you just need to brush it down.
Yeah.
I think you just
Help.
Fred's like, make me pretty. There you go. It's a bit square now. I think you just need to brush it down. Tash flex, literally. I never realized how much of a thing it must have been for kids back in the day, or like, you know, like boys being like, I've got facial hair, you don't have facial hair.
I started shaving when I
God,
was.
it must have been a thing.
I started shaving when I was 10.
Yeah, these kids want to fight me. Realize you're dressed head to toe in Twitch merch. Literally, Fred IRL.
Oh shit. Oh my. But yeah, chat, go and like Emily's tweet about our new setup. Also, having a couple of cheeky emails with Noble Chairs. And good old Steve, if you guys know 5up, Twitch London regular, that boy. Love him. And he was like, yeah, how you getting on? And I was like, you know what? The icon chairs, they're my favorite. Damn shame they were the final of the 3 I chose. And he was sort of like, well, if you like him that much,
Fucking love him.
why don't you give one away?
Yes, baby. So
that's happening.
hype. We are going to have a Noble Chair Icon series to give away that you guys want you can win. The only thing that I can't say yet is we don't know who we can ship to yet, right?
I don't know any details.
So
It was just a
hold
very
your
informal. It's a very informal thing, but yeah, he was sort of like, yeah, we can do that. So might be doing a little giveaway.
yes.
Not sure how I want to do it right now. Don't know if I wanted to do competition. Who can draw Fred and M the best?
No, because like a real artist will win and the rest of us plebs will be deleted.
Who can draw Fred and M in the most compromised position?
No, maybe no.
And who could draw Florence as
The
Rambo?
cutest. We've already
Killing a
got
bunch
that
of dogs.
emote. Oh.
But more than likely, we'll probably do it via social media stuff. But still cool.
Yes. Artists deserve more love. Let them win.
The best is Prequel app. Drew.
Mate,
Drew.
Prequel app has been slaying the day for me recently. It's just good. I just honestly am like, why would I post a real picture of myself when I could just look this good? You know, the whole time. So I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm sitting here trying to remove a cable from my picture so that no one's like, oh, I can see your cable.
I can see a cable.
Because, like, people, what do you reckon? Sus?
Which cable are you trying to remove?
No, back here. Does that look sus?
No, I didn't even notice.
Ha ha!
So, chat,
Fantastic.
what do you guys think? Quit your job today? Become a streamer? You know, just... Sorry, boss. Sorry, landlord. I can't pay any rent right now. I've got to become a streamer.
So.
Moving back in with mum. Need my old room back. Also, we need to upgrade the internet. You're on the old BT Infinite. I need gigabit, mum.
It's only fair.
Virgin Media, mum.
So here's the thing. It was a good take. I saw a rare good take from a big streamer. And it was Valkyrie, correct?
I think so, yeah. I didn't find the original quote, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Who basically said in an interview that you should not quit your job to become a streamer. Which is something I have been saying for 100 years. People love to say, oh, my stream's been growing. Time to quit my existing job and put all of my time into Twitch streaming. And then when it doesn't pay off, they pull a, freaking Tiger King, like, I'm never going to financially recover from this. Because streaming is very up and down. And your best month may be a million miles away from your worst month.
Yeah.
And there are literally months where we, as established streamers, will make double in one month what we did in the last, and vice versa.
Especially
you can have a fantastic month, followed by the worst month you've ever had.
So here's the thing, right? Is that we're small streamers, so we're kind of like community powered, as they say, right? So like the amount of money we earn is dependent on how many people subscribe, how many gift subs are given, how many bits are given, how many donos are given. So you guys are pretty much the biggest like contributor to our streams. And then like we also have sponsor streams.
Yeah.
And if you're a big streamer though, you get like ad revenue, right? And the ad revenue actually makes a big difference when you're a big streamer.
Huge difference.
When you're a small streamer like us, little, but this big, the ad
And
revenue.
Twitch ad split is terrible. Twitch pays you nothing for ad views, so you end up in a situation as well where like
I've heard of streamers getting like thousands per day for ads.
Yeah, if you're one of like the top like 0.001% of streamers, you can genuinely make like $5+ grand a day just on ads.
Great.
But those are the people who are like virtually household names.
The big boys, yeah.
So like we make $70 a month during Christmas and like $20 a month during January.
Tough.
And we're still the top 0.1% of Twitch. So, you know, it's worth bearing in mind that like
$41 in December.
when I really thought we made $70 in December.
No, there was a month
Sad.
before.
We made $70 in November. Now that was a good month. That will go up on in the annals of history.
$74 in November.
Yeah. So,
Baby.
right? YouTube does pay much better in terms of advertising revenue, but regardless, pretty much everybody who live streams is not going to be making the majority of their money off adverts. Huge streamers can live off adverts, and that's why sometimes you'll see channels going, oh, donations go to X charity, or, you know, a split between the mods, because that money is essentially like pennies versus, not that that's not generous, but that is a tiny proportion of their income. And, you know, fair. So, like, the thing is that I think people see one good month, say a couple of people donate like 50 subs,
Sure.
you get like, you know, you get quite a few bits thrown around. Maybe you get a big donation. Maybe you even get your first sponsor gig, and people will go, "Oh my god, this is it!
It's
I'm about
happening.
to kick off."
It's happening.
But content creation and streaming is all about regularity, stability, and like keeping that momentum. And the thing
You
is,
wish.
when you jump into full-time content creation and you put way more of your time into it, way more of your energy into it, it's so much easier to drive yourself completely insane on analytics.
Oh my God,
like,
so easy.
tell me I'm wrong. You go from enjoying it and streaming because you like it
Numbers
to
will kill
being
you.
like, what's this? What's that? Like, the number of people I know who turn off their view account just because, I mean, people with more viewers than I have, you know, will turn off their view account because when they see it go down, they freak out. It
Well,
bums
people
them out.
will go from like 500 average viewers to 300 and be like, "Oh my god, it's all over." And it's like, but 6 months ago you had 100, so you're still doing great. But
Yeah.
people see any downward slide as like the worst thing ever, but they obsess with numbers so much that they can't see the forest for the trees, right? So
Yeah.
like, you're still doing good. You're still making content. You're still expanding. Still working on other things. But number go down, make me want to jump off balcony.
Yeah. Because when you put all your time and your love and your energy into something, and I imagine anyone who has been self-employed kind of knows that feeling, but when you've done that, and then it doesn't pay off, or it's not working out, or the more time you put in hasn't converted into doubling my view account, you know, but I think it ties in really well with the last time we kind of spoke about this,
Yeah.
which is like burnout on Twitch
Burnout.
and mental health, and people being like, if I just stream longer than everybody else, eventually everyone will have to watch me.
It's
and
the
it's
whole,
like,
if I just work harder than everyone else, if I just keep on going, just keep on go, and it's like, no, dude, just calm down, chill.
so like people
like-
work incredibly hard, get to the point of burnout, say, right, I don't want to quit streaming, I'm going to quit my job, and then drive themselves completely mad, which is not. It's just the way that it is. People have just been doing it since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
And so it was actually really good to see somebody who's a big streamer not say it is impossible to make it as a streamer. It absolutely isn't. Not say never try, but say don't put all your eggs in one basket. Oh, beautiful. Salem coming in with a tier 3 sub. 75 months.
Yes, you get the Mugmas card. Awesome.
Mate, I sent that so long ago. I'm glad things are still turning up.
This is the way.
Guys, raise a fist, give Salem some love. Also, if you'd like to win a free game, type in !enter. Make sure you are following. And you can get a free game off the big glorious wheel of games. Also, XL said, I've worked for the same employer for 20 years. I'd love to quit. But I see so many streamers who have been at it years and still only getting a few viewers.
Yep.
Plus, I'm ugly as sin and have no personality. Fuck it, let's go.
I tell you
The
what,
last two won't hurt you.
Twitch is not a meritocracy.
I know some boring, ugly streamers I've seen them succeed in my time. Fred, TTS is louder than the mics.
Really? Okay.
Oh, well, will you
let's
calm
fix
down,
that.
TTS? So, like, 1, exclamation mark, enter. Make sure you're following. 2, got denied partner 3 times and gave up. Made me feel shitty. Started my channel in 2008. Honestly, this is the thing, right? It's totally up to you how you... If you go, I put as much time into this as I can't handle it anymore. That is absolutely your right. That being said,
Exclamation mark, enter.
I do think that if people turning you down, if negative response hits you that hard, content creation probably isn't for you.
Don't be a streamer.
Because you can put
Don't
all
be a
your
streamer.
time into an amazing idea for a stream and it fall flat on its face. You can...
Well, you can have so many great, amazing ideas about your stream, about the video game you want to play, about who you want to play with. Be let down by any one thing that breaks the entire, like, makes everything just collapse. Honestly, you'll find yourself at the center of a lot of, like, negative attention from viewers who don't like you or do things that upset you. It's really hard not to take it personally. It's like, I would say it really isn't for everyone.
No.
Not the attention, the self-employedness, all of it. Relu winning the free game, that's for her.
Relu! Brunch Club! Nice job! You love to see it when the
But you do have to be a bit of a duck, which is like water for duck's back.
Yeah.
Just by very nature.
I see it all the time. And when I
that
say
makes sense.
content creation, I do mean generally content creation, not just Twitch. Like, I see it all the time where people who are YouTubers will go like, I put so much time into this video and it just wasn't shown to anyone. And now you've just got to go and get on with your next
Just
video.
got restricted
Yeah.
on YouTube. My video that I spent 100 hours editing is only gone seen by 10k people when I normally get 100k.
Yeah.
Those 100 hours of
like-
editing just gone.
A gaming streamer who I watched was like, you know what? Well, have been watching, was kind of like just talking about it. And he's pretty new. His channel's like definitely still in their growth phase, right?
Gotcha.
And he was basically talking about how like, oh, I know YouTube doesn't like when I do like variety content. We all know that. But like, I still want to do it. I don't want to get boxed into just one tiny thing. But I made this video and I put loads of time and effort editing into it. And basically, it was a video that was based around like a competition, you know, like a bit of like a Twitch rivals or one of those kinds of things, right?
Like a
And so
Twitch has got talent sort of thing.
So he did kind of bit of a game competition, edited all of his footage down, did like voiceover on it, explaining everything that was happening. It was funny and it was great, and I really enjoyed the
Good
video. But by the time he put his out, because he put more effort editing it, everyone had already seen every other perspective, so nobody cared anymore.
So everyone's been spoiled and...
That's the frustration. I mean, I hadn't, but then I'm not that in the scene, you know?
No, honestly, Smith said depression is one of those things that I don't think a lot of people take into account. And it's not even like depression as in like a diagnosed sort of like you have depression. It's more about you just get depressed because honestly, people aren't really, you're not really supposed to, not everyone's meant to be doing the old razzle dazzle in front of the camera.
Also,
it takes a certain mentality. And Emily had it more naturally than I did. There's definitely something you have to sort of like construct in your brain to get good at. And it's not everyone wants to get good at it. It's not that fun.
No, it's hard and it's depressing, and you'll put stuff out there and you'll be like, I think that was really good. You won't get any response, or the response you'll get like 10 people saying, I really like that. One person saying, ooh, cringe. And you're like, cringe?
Cringe,
Am I
oh,
cringe?
God.
Or whatever, you know? And it's difficult. It's really difficult because it means like making yourself the product, but then not judging yourself when somebody doesn't like it.
But also, when you see people rise above you. So like me and Emily, we've said it a million times, you guys know this, we've seen streamers start after us, go higher to the sky than us, and then fall off before us.
Sparkly Ninja,
Yo,
3 months, thank you so
Sparky
much.
Ninja, actually.
Oh, sorry, Sparky.
Like electric.
I apologize, I cannot read. I cannot.
Like the electricals in the wall.
Yeah, I cannot read too good.
Sparky Ninja, thank you for the 3 months of Prime, appreciate it. And we've said it before, like I've known streamers who've like gone from no one to 500 viewers, 1,000 viewers, and quit because they're like couldn't take it.
Growth stopped. people I were playing with were talking about me behind my back.
Drama.
Blah blah blah. And drama will kill your vibe. And the fact is that like
PG gifting us up to Smith's.
PG, that's so nice. Smith's, welcome to Bug Life. Welcome to the way of the Dragonflex.
Welcome back, dude.
That's delightful. You guys are so
adorable.
Cute. Thank you for the primes. Thank you for the gifts.
Yeah, one of the things I've always said, really, is that you need to basically view yourself in the most true way possible, which is basically stop comparing yourself to other people, compare yourself to yourself, be happy with your growth, and be happy. You have to learn to be happy even when you're not at the tippy top.
Now, one, that is 100% true. That being said, I think Fred and I don't really appreciate how, while we're a million miles from the top in terms of like income, in terms of like viewer count, you know, like we're sitting here with a couple of hundred viewers, that's fucking sick,
Awesome.
but like that's not a crazy number. That being said, we're still the top 0.1% of Twitch.
0.01, I think.
Like,
yeah.
So it's worth bearing in mind that even though we're sitting here saying, oh, you might never be the biggest, at some point you do have to look at what you've achieved and go like, actually, this is something.
True.
You know, this isn't nothing. And like the constant, like people will sometimes say to me like, oh, you're jealous. Like if I say something critical of a streamer, like, oh, Ninja, stop being a bloody misogynist. And then people will be like, wow, Emily, you're just jealous. You're jealous of him. And I'm like, you have to understand that what I've achieved with Fred is almost the impossible.
Yeah.
Like I'm already at a level, like most people can't ever get to this level. And I'm not saying we've done it magically.
No.
Like I'm not saying like
we've worked our fucking tits off.
Yeah, and I'm also not saying like if I went back to zero now, I could definitely achieve the same thing. I don't know if I could because life is different now. But at the same time, I do think that this perspective of like if you're not literally world famous, you have failed.
Yeah,
is ridiculous. If you can make content creation your job, that's huge.
And the point, like Swift says, I love your vibe. It's uplifting. Is my point? Thanks. I think the biggest point we're trying to make here is that like it's not, you're not weird, and you're not like, how to put it, you're normal. You did try to stream, you didn't get the results you wanted, made you sad. It's perfectly normal.
You did nothing wrong.
Nothing
and
wrong.
You know what? You started and you tried, and that on its own is huge. Most people don't.
Most people don't do. Most people consume. There's nothing wrong with consuming. I'm not trying to say it's like a lesser way to be.
That's what the content is for.
But
you know?
it's really hard to put yourself out there. It's really hard to sort of like do that, make your graphics, make your overlays, do all that sort of stuff, then start streaming, actually put that in front of people. Like, Jesus Christ.
And take whatever feedback comes and gain fans and lose fans.
I think only 10% of people create, right? And like, don't get me wrong.
And that can be down to like making a meme and posting it.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't have to be like a full-time content creator. That could just be like, I sometimes post an Instagram reel.
Or making music.
Yeah, or like, I mean, you know, making music's a pretty big one.
Yeah, or like, yeah, but...
You know, I'm trying to make it like, you know, almost any level of like content creation, most people just scroll for the content. They don't go out to make it.
Like TikToks and stuff like that. And like there's TikToks out there where it's sort of like, it's just text to speech being like, people have Reddit. What's the most scary thing that happened to you on the walk home one day? And it's just a bunch of posts from Reddit. I love those TikToks. And honestly, that's, you know, that's someone creating something. I could do that, but I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Also, XL said, I work in something related to recruitment, and I see so many young people who want to be streamers and influencers, and it's really difficult to have realistic conversations with them. Well, I'm always of the opinion.
Hey, Lion.
Hey, Lion. Hey, Neargetter. I'm always of the opinion that when it comes to content creation as a job, streaming as a job, you have to have a backup plan, not forever. Like people, my entire streaming career have said, what's your backup plan if this goes to fuck? What are you going to do? You've got to have 3 other jobs going in the background. Like once something is your job, it's not necessarily possible to have 6 other jobs going on behind it. Like I've already done that with Twitch London, burnt out, it was a disaster.
It's ridiculous how many people would just expect you to like, well, obviously this isn't going to work, so what's the plan? And it's like, fuck you.
Forever.
Like,
what happens when Twitch goes under? What happens when this happens? And it's like,
what happens when people don't want to play the games you make anymore? And I'm like, fam.
That isn't even what I do.
That's what my brother said to me, right? My brother was like, what happens when people don't want to play your game you make? And I was like, I don't make, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, okay, what happens when no one wants to have houses built anymore? It's like,
yeah.
It's like it's not worth thinking about because it's not a feasible. I don't know.
Yeah, what happens if the world explodes? But
No worries, Lion.
Don't even
We're
stress.
super late tonight too, as well, because we've been doing loads of PC stuff.
Yeah, we've been fixing the entire stream. It's working.
I do feel like Twitch, especially in the early stages, especially for people who are new to it, it can like be a bit morale crushing. You know, you could end up have all these.
You think about it, and you think about it.
All
What's
this
it gonna
grandeur,
be
you know what I mean?
like?
All this, I'm gonna be Soda Poppin's mate and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's how a couple of streamers got started.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Tin the Tap Man got started in streaming because he wanted to be Soda Poppin's friend, which is hilarious.
Which I'm sure if you looked at it now, he'd be like, that's insane. And like, there is nothing wrong with being like inspired by people. But I do think that realistically, if you're a kid and you're like, I want to be a content creator, you should already be creating content. There's no like set time to start. You can start that ball rolling at any moment and then see if it suits you, because there are 600 reasons that full-time broadcasting, streaming, content creation might not suit you. Do you struggle with creativity and new ideas? Do you find yourself uncomfortable in front of people? Do you
like having days where you can just phone it in?
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing, right, that people don't get, is that when you stream, there's no such thing as phoning. You can't, I mean, maybe when you've got like 10,000 viewers, you can have a shit day and no one cares. But when you're trying to, and when you're a small streamer, like 200 viewers, you're kind of always climbing the hill. Like this, when the hill is steepest, right? When you got no viewers, it's a fucking wall. When you've got 100 viewers, it's like, you got 200 viewers like we got now, a little bit less. Still, you're still climbing. You're not walking. It's still a climb. Then when you get like 1,000 viewers, 45-degree angle. Then when you got 10,000 viewers, just like a slight incline. But it's still always uphill. It's always a struggle. But yeah, it's one of those things where you just, it's hard. It's harder when you haven't got any viewers. It's like being poor is more expensive than being rich.
Yes.
Which is kind of like a theory that a lot of people don't really get.
And like, I really think that people, like, we need content creators, right? We need that. But when people say, like, I want to be a content creator, I want to be a streamer, what is it about it that calls to you? And are there other things that you can find that give you that? You know, is it the creativity and the freedom? And maybe you would have some interest in, like, making TV and film. Is it the act of like being on screen?
The money.
Like, is it? Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is people will sit there and think that you're going to get like free flights out to Dubai every 10 minutes and millions of pounds, and that just is not the reality. And for people for whom that does become the reality, it often doesn't stay. That's the other frustration. That's the other challenge, is creating a long-term platform which isn't going to blow up with a game and die, which isn't going to only work as long as you're like relevant. Like, I sometimes hear people mention names of content creators that were huge for a minute, and I'm like, I totally forgot about them.
What the fuck happened to them?
No, they probably burnt out or invested in something else or did whatever, but a lot of those people came out poor. They were rich for a minute and now they're poor. Like,
look at XJaws on YouTube. XJaws was like one of the biggest Call of Duty creators back in the day when YouTube, like when Machinima was a thing. He paid his parents' mortgage, bought himself cars. He was like, oh my God, living the dream, right? And he was like 17 years old. Oh, fuck. This guy's fucking making it. Now, he's like living in a one-bedroom apartment somewhere, like trying to like start his YouTube channel up again. Doesn't really work. Well, I put 10 grand into Ethereum last year. That's going to pay for my life this year. But it's like, that's not really a long-term goal. Do you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't work that way. And
staying relevant is so fucking hard.
It's unbelievably hard. And honestly, I feel that weirdly, the fact that I've never been like relevant has only helped me.
Yeah.
Relevance is great, right? If you can be relevant, if you can be the thing everybody's talking about for a minute, that is how you make money. But that is also so hard to keep moving. Like, there are certain people who you will see have managed to like consistently like reposition their brand to follow the relevancy, and that is fucking impressive. It's difficult. And most people aren't going to manage it. And certainly most 17-year-olds are not going to manage it. Like, working out at 26 what you did to be interesting to teenagers at 17, you're probably not going to be able to do it.
I mean, yeah, so Zagreal was one of the big ones. I remember him. And he fell off. You got Only Use My Blade, who then
that's a sad story.
Fell into substance abuse, like alcohol. And that's like a sad story. And you got like White Boy 7th Street, who you got, I don't know, maybe some of you guys remember White Boy 7th Street, but he was like the biggest Call of Duty creator
Mhm.
for a hot minute, right? Like literally like the biggest. And Megaphone trolling in DayZ, 3.4k views last week. And it's like, it's not really bringing it anymore, are you? You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things where it's like, what are we trying to achieve here? You know what I mean? Like, what's Battlefield 2042 sucks. Like, this is literally a video that looks like it's from 2005. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it does, and it's like people expect more than that. And especially people who don't remember him from back in the day are going to be like, ooh.
Stuff that worked back in the day doesn't work anymore.
Just doesn't. It doesn't work like that. And I also think it's important to talk about because people get this idea in their head that, like, once you've got X number of viewers, that you're going to start just making money hand over fist. And a lot of the time, that's not the case. Like, if you're, for example, playing a game that advertisers aren't that interested in, like, weirdly, something like Minecraft, a lot of sponsors and companies aren't that interested in sponsoring Minecraft content.
No.
And I'm only saying that from the perspective of when we've gone through eras of playing more Minecraft because we really enjoy it, we got way fewer sponsorships and
way fewer. Like almost none.
Yeah. Like basically none.
I think that year where we did the Hardcore Minecraft 100,
yeah,
we didn't get a single sponsorship that year.
Like, I had a great time. I'm not really worried about it, and it wasn't something I was like thinking about a lot of the time. But like we've spoken, we even like sometimes brands will reach out to us and say, hey, look, we're looking for somebody with X viewer range, right? Who we can sponsor. Do you have any mates that you think would be a good call? And we will go around and say, maybe this person, maybe that person, whatever. Like, we'll pick out some people that we're like, yeah, either, you know, I know they could do with a couple of pennies, or just, I think they'd be a good fit, or we're just good mates. And when that happens, if we do put friends forward who play Minecraft, I never get a positive response. And how are you supposed to know that? If you're a content creator who started making Minecraft content, how the hell are you supposed to know nobody wants to sponsor that?
Yeah.
So if you're getting 50 or 100 viewers and none of them want to sub, what do? Now you've got no money whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I literally got told one time. We were basically like asked, like, oh, we you know, is there anyone else you know that would fit with our branding? And I was like, oh, what about this person? They literally said no Minecraft streamers, and I was like,
oh,
I was like, okay.
So then we go, don't know this person instead, and it's really interesting because you can accidentally fuck it from day one, and you won't even know. Now that's not to say you can't make money being a Minecraft streamer. A lot of people do.
There's a reason why
some
we
of the most famous Twitch streamers and YouTubers are Minecrafters.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy to.
What was that?
Flo woke up and just had a little Did you hear that?
Flo literally went meow.
Like, I think she woke up and jumped, and now she's washing her tail. Oh, poor cat. Yeah, she woke up like that. Literally. So like sometimes it's difficult to know that like you maybe are appealing to an audience bracket that most of the sponsors aren't that fussed about appealing to. Yeah, if and you just don't get any money.
If you play Minecraft at 10,000 people, you're gonna get a sponsor, right?
Oh yeah.
Like no big deal. But if you're streaming Minecraft to 1,000 people, you're probably not gonna get a sponsor, which is kind of crazy.
Don't you chat shit about my matrices, I'll fuck you up. Mate, you know I love matrices.
Yeah.
You know I love matrices.
Mate,
you don't
it's like honestly, it's one of the reasons why we left DayZ and specifically haven't focused on one game specifically is because me and Emily both know when it comes to sponsorships and stuff like that and being recognized by the industry as industry at wide as streamers is because variety is kind of, even though I think we'd have more viewers and probably more subs if we went into one game specifically. Like if we decided we're only going to play Apex, we might get more viewers and more subs, but the we know from experience that playing one game forever will, you know, it's not something I want to do. Mentally, it's not that fun.
No, and I mean, again, Minecraft is a great game for that because there's 900 different mods that you can change the way that Minecraft plays. So as long as you can deal with looking at squares, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I do think it's also worth bearing in mind that, one, I know that I don't like just playing one game. Two, it negatively impacts sponsorships. That's a very side issue. Like, I don't live for sponsored gigs, but it does negatively affect them. And also, the communities for these games get more and more vicious the smaller the pool of viewers becomes. So say we had started playing Fortnite when Fortnite blew up, right? And now Fortnite's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's not irrelevant, but it's not the height of popularity.
The claws start coming out.
People get crazy.
Yeah.
And it's honestly not worth getting into these like weird situations. Like, I cannot tell you how many one-sided beefs I've been in. You know, how many like instances of people being like, we're directly in competition with each other, and I'm like, no, we're not.
I mean, I had recently at Twitch London, we were at the VIP event, and I had someone come up to me and be like, "Oh, this is what Did you know this person said this about you?" And I was like, "No." Like,
do I also care? No.
And they were like, "Oh, what you got to say about that?" And I was like,
I don't know. Some people aren't gonna like me.
That's okay. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess maybe I'm not their favorite person.
Yeah. No, and it is weird because people do start like they try and come for you. They try and create beef, and all of that stuff can really push you out of streaming. Like, any single thing in that can really ruin streaming for you.
Yeah, no, honestly, the drama, all that shit can like basically just makes you lose the love for it, especially when you do something like streaming, which is like playing games, which is your hobby, something you do right now to get away from work. And then becomes work. Then you're sort of sitting there being like, well, what the fuck do I do to relax?
What do I do? Where do I find...
Do I go design buildings now for relaxing? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was also funny because I did a tweet earlier and I said, streamers are dropping like flies right now. If you were on streamer Twitter, you've probably seen quite a lot of people saying, I'm stepping away from full-time streaming, or I'm quitting in general, you're not going to see me again, or just like, I'll only be streaming part-time, all these kinds of things. And I was like, dude, that sucks. And so I said, streamers are dropping like flies right now. Twitch really needs to rethink the sub-split to make Twitch streaming viable for more creators. People are agreeing, people are saying they're having a hard time, etc., which is absolutely valid, and that doesn't mean anything about you as a creator. It's difficult, right? Fixing people's boilers becomes a hobby, literally. You will ruin what you love. Love? The sub-pricing charge has really fucked people over. Yeah, 100%. I've lost a good, like, 20% of my income. Just, it's gone. In the sub pricing change. There's nothing I can do about that. My sub count is the same as ever, but like 20% of the money I get from that is gone. There's nothing I can do about that. So cool. And it's also worth bearing in mind, like, it's not that the sub amount has ever changed, like the amount that a sub cost has been the same for the last 10 years. You can't argue that like the cost of living has stayed the same. And now the sub split for most people in most countries has gone down, or the sub split, the sub cost, emergency sandwich time.
So hungry.
Fred's like, I'm done. You can just piece and eat off camera if you want to. I don't mind. I'll carry on waffling for a minute.
That's okay. I'll sit here and nod.
Fred's like, yep, I'll be eating the sandwich. So the funny thing is, this guy quote tweeted it and said, Twitch isn't obligated to pay unpopular streamers. Now, it's obviously a bit of a low effort troll kind of situation. He was kind of being a bit of a dick about it. But I was like, actually had a conversation with him about it, partly because I wanted people to read what I had to say. And I was like, no, these are popular streamers. They're the top 1 or 2%. Many of them are the top 1 or 2%. But Twitch takes 50% minimum of subscriptions, and it's hard for people to make a living off the income that they are generating. So that's the thing that's worth bearing in mind. It's not saying I wish I was getting more money. It's that I'm generating X amount of income, and I'm only getting a small chunk of it. And back in the day, actually, no, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Especially in the UK, where the cost of living has risen dramatically in the last few months. And he said, so your argument is that an international company should alter its business model to accommodate with the British energy crisis. And I said, no. I understand you might be confused as a new creator, but initially when Twitch rolled out subscriptions, it was industry leading. However, as more platforms have rolled out subs, Twitch's 50-50 split has become outdated. The current industry standard is 70-30, right? And he goes, okay, then pivot to YouTube. And he said, or another firm that pays you 70-30. And then I basically said many people are moving to other platforms or they're finding new jobs, but Twitch, as a content creation platform, needs creators, and if they're quitting, it means that Twitch is doing a bad job, right? Twitch also has an audience retention problem. So if streamers aren't live, viewers leave, and don't return, which means that Twitch also loses its viewer base, right? So basically, this guy, I'm dreading April. What, for taxes? Delightful. Like, and I was saying, like, this isn't like a single point of failure. It's not just the UK. It's just that streamers in general are generating income and they're not getting full access to it. And so it's one of those things where you do have to think more about sponsorships now, because sponsorships are what's gonna help make those like expensive months workable.
It's also a really weird thing to say, oh, the top 1% streamers like Lyric, Hassan, Anthony Kong fan, all these really big streamers like Framily. Oh, you guys get the 70-30, in theory, because you guys are like big streamers, you get the big one. But and you guys have the most subscribers as well. Like by far the most subscribers. But Billy Bob over here, who's got 50 subs, you only get 50-50. And I'm like, it's kind of really weird. It's like most people, like the people who have the most subs get the most money. The people with the fewest subs get the least amount of money. And it's like, it's almost like a little weird Twitch classism.
Yeah, it's true. Streamers are paid once a month. Like, you get a payout from Twitch.
Once you hit the $100 payout.
Hey, Ninja Leech for 10 months. Thank you so much.
Our second Ninja of the day.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Ninja Leech.
Excellent.
So yeah, if you hit $100, you get paid in the 15th.
But yeah, it's really weird because at the end, this guy's like, Twitch is still viable. It's established now and has a roster of talent under contract. And I'm like, who leave every 2 years? The vast majority of large Twitch streamers who have been paid to stay, half of them have also left. People do their 2-year contract and fuck off. Twitch has always been the kingmaker, right? So, the energy price cap ends? Oh yeah, no. Our company's gone under. So
it's fucked.
We're fucked already.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, can I be real with you guys just for a quick second? I have been looking up how to emigrate to Barcelona.
That'd be so sick. I want to eat food and speak Spanish.
I'm not gonna lie. It is actually something I've been looking at, and it's doable, and also is nice.
Yeah, and it's not far.
They have good internet.
It's easy to get home. And also, my friends would all want to come out. Everyone would want to come to fucking Barcelona.
And the properties are affordable, and also it's affordable. Like you
don't buy a house in Barcelona with the intention of it making more money. You just buy it and then live in it.
Also, renting is fine out there. Like, it's nice. Like, we'd literally we'd live in Barcelona and save like £500 a month on rent,
which is crazy.
On somewhere nicer.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. It would be so good.
I want to live in Barcelona. It'd be great.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Did you know when a nuclear bomb is detonated, there's a radius where all frozen pizzas will get perfectly cooked?
Doesn't that mean there's also a radius where all humans are perfectly cooked too?
Honestly, I wouldn't be in the UK if I didn't have kids and an ex that I can't push under the bus. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that people don't necessarily speak about often when it comes to like having children, is that you're going to want to be around them while you're growing up. So you're going to be in the area, you know?
Well, I'm estranged from my family. Emily is mostly estranged from her family, apart from your sister. And
yeah, my godparents.
For us, fucking off to Barcelona is definitely a doable thing. I'm not going to lie, the quality of life out there is way better. I don't know. I definitely don't want to be that person who's sort of suggesting that me and Emily fuck off to Barcelona and then become stream hermits, because we did that last week, right? Where we had that video about burning out, where Sushi, who's like a UK streamer, didn't leave a house for a year, which is not what I want to do. But then if I'm living in Barcelona, I'm not staying in all day.
No, I mean, I think one of the challenges of living in a,
I'm out drinking
to a new
margaritas.
country is, making friends and having connections, because it could be very isolating. And it, for a lot of people it is, and streaming is already very isolating.
True.
Something I do like about London is that I've got real friends, I've got streamer friends, I have socializing. That being said,
spare room,
people would come.
Would come.
There's no way that people wouldn't want a cheap trip to Barcelona.
And when we spend intensely 2 weeks with our friends, intensely being friends, and then they go away again. Great. Perfect.
Yeah, going so far that you no good. Going so far that you can't enjoy the life. Literally.
Well, it's one of the things where I know living in London's stupid. I know it is, right? Like, it's so dumb living in London. I could save so much money, but then that's where I live. Like, it's where I've always lived.
Anywhere else I'd go in the UK, I am going to at least personally have a lower quality of life. Like, I'm going to not have my friends around, but I'm going to have the same shitty weather. I'm going to not have all of London on my doorstep, and I will be saving money, but every time I want to go to London, it's going to cost me an absolute fortune. Which sucks, you know? Honestly, Throttlemouth, it's also not a bad shout. Like, buy some farmland and do the outside thing with other streamers, stream a getaway collabs. Yeah. It's something that Fred and I have talked about a lot in the past, but it would cost money to set up. And it's more of a, you know, you often talk about hypotheticals that you weren't necessarily looking to do, right? That being said, I think that Fred and I have both talked about, wouldn't it be cool to go live in a nice place that we would like to live in, get a house that's big enough for people to come and stay.
Lucky. Too.
Hey, with like good enough internet that
Thank you, Lucky.
Thank you so much, Lucky Gamer. With good enough internet.
Oh no, Dr. Umber, do not move to the UK.
I mean, maybe you would like the change. It's just the UK sucks. It sucks.
The UK
fucking sucks.
The weather is shit. It is grey almost all year round.
You could probably get paid really well working over here, though.
You get.
That's definitely.
I mean, if
something.
you're like, especially if you're like speak two languages, like that's great.
Well, like
but like you get 2 months of actual nice weather where it like peaks out at like 29 degrees Celsius, and then it's just shit the rest of the time.
Yeah.
The average house price is like 2.5. Like no, sorry, not 2.5.
The government
£250,000.
It sucks. But there are good parts. There are good parts. There are lots of things that I enjoy from like a personal side. But like, I obviously don't know what Chile is like. I've never been. That being said, my cousin who lives in Italy, Fiore, he is a child psychologist, and a long time ago, because he's like a second cousin, he's older, right? A long time ago, when a lot of the Italian family were moving over to London, he considered it and he decided he wanted to stay in Rome. He has a great life in Rome. He has a beautiful apartment. He's always surrounded by very attractive ladies. Life is pretty good, right? That being said, he said, in hindsight, I should have gone, because if I was working in the UK, I'd be being paid double or even triple what I'm being paid over here.
Sure.
And I would have been able to do more, and that would have been cool. And so, like, now he's like in his 50s, early 60s. He is kind of like, oh, that, you know, so there are, from that perspective,
priorities are all mixed up.
Yeah, from that perspective, like, it might still be worth coming to the UK, you know, and I'm only telling you that story from the perspective of somebody else who's also a doctor, because he's got a medical degree and then a psychology, you know, thing on top. I don't know, PhD maybe, I'm not really sure how it's done. Guide to UK weather: too hot, too cold, too wet, too dry.
Yeah, Matrix is pretty much, man.
But like, there are certain aspects of the UK lifestyle I do really enjoy. I think I'm just becoming like very tired of the culture, of the weather,
the culture shit,
of the cost, like having my pockets absolutely rinsed for a quality of life that isn't that good.
Well, the Socialist Party just won in Spain. That's great, like awesome. The weather here is shit. You can't really go outside very much. You basically, I think everyone forgets, but during the winter, you basically just turn off for 6 months.
It's miserable.
It's miserable. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
The government fucking sucks. It's getting more and more expensive here. The corruption is getting insane.
Just unbelievably corrupt.
Like, we spent more on a broken COVID app than anyone spent on the International Space Station. Like, I mean, how much was it? It was like 100 billion or something. It was like some stupid number.
Well, you are actually pretty much correct, I think. I don't know how much it cost exactly. I don't even want to know. It's literally depressing. It's ridiculous. And nobody gives a fuck. And it's very frustrating. And I am not into it.
So the NHS Test and Trace app cost £13.5 billion. An app cost £13.5 billion in the first year.
And here's the thing.
Expected to cost a total of 37.
And here's the thing, is that over time, every other cost, national insurance is going up, electricity's doubled.
Umbra.
Dr. Umbra, 41 months.
Boosh.
Yeah, baby. No. It's like super corrupt, like unspeakable corruption right now. Because the Tories, the Conservative Party, have been in power for so long. that they essentially don't have any competitions. They don't care. So they're just giving their friends contracts for things that they can't possibly produce.
Also, by the way, I want to point out that it was a Parliament member's brother-in-law who made the app.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that anyway. Like, it's that corrupt. It's like someone who is related in some way to a member of Parliament got paid £15 billion to build an app.
Which barely works.
Which
and
basically
Germany,
goes, oh, someone with Bluetooth nearby you has COVID.
And Germany, who Shaquille Oatmeal, thank you for the follow.
There is a giveaway, by the way, guys.
Germany had an app, which I believe Ireland used, where they said, you can have it, you can just use it. And we were like, no, we're going to make our own app. Great. Yeah. That was fucking worth it. Idiots.
I don't think people really associate the UK with corruption, but it is incredibly corrupt. And like, yeah, it's not fun.
Oh, know someone who worked for the track and trace for almost a year, barely did 5 minutes of work a day, literally watched Netflix and gamed all day. That's so based.
I wish. I want, I
love that. More jobs like that.
I love that for them. I don't love the app being a thing, but like for them, great.
Fellow happened and now they want it all back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's the thing is the point of having a government that helps you survive the pandemic, which they didn't, is that at the end of it, you can now grow and thrive. But instead of that, it's treated like any cost incurred in the pandemic is everyone's individual fault and you've all got to pay it back right now. Yeah, same thing with energy, where they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you X amount of money that you can, as a loan. Or I can't even remember what language they're called.
It's something like that.
But it's essentially a loan because you have to pay it back.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, don't worry, you don't have to pay it all now.
And it's barely any of the money needed to cover the... It's like, oh, by the way, your energy bill is going to be £500. Here's a fiver. You can give me back £1 a day next week.
Lima Tilly, congratulations on winning a game. Yay. That was nice.
Also, Brexit is fucking the... I don't think people realize how... The prices of everything have gone up so significantly. Yeah. And everyone's like, why is this happening? It's like, what do
Brexit.
we do? It's been a year. We Brexited last year.
And do you know what else is really funny? Do you know what else is really funny? Is that well, it's not funny, but like there is nobody to kill the pigs in the abattoirs. And we've got a super huge backup of pigs. There's pigs everywhere. No one to kill the pigs.
Pigs in the street.
And I'm like, all these people,
wild.
All these people who voted for Brexit for like racist reasons, who thought it would like stop brown people coming over here, right? Who are the ones who were like, oh my god, you said that it's halal in Subway. I'm not eating a halal sandwich. Not having the fucking foggiest idea what that means. They're gonna be like, why is there no pork in the UK? Where's it gone? Like, at the end of the day, the woke mob have run. You now can't even get pork for fear of offending someone. Oh, wait, no. There's just no one to kill the pigs.
It's ridiculous. It's like, oh, well, I voted for Brexit because, I think it's, we got to protect the white man. I'm like, they're all white in Europe, bro.
Yeah, literally.
What the fuck? Your logic doesn't even make sense. Your racism is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you have the wrong racism.
The worst part is new home buyer youngsters in 2 to 3 years will be paying back a loan they never received. Are you shocked? I'm not. This is the thing, is I very much feel like the frog in the pot. Like, it's coming to a boil.
Yes.
And I'm still sitting here going, oh, it's only a bit worse than it was before. It's only a bit worse than it was before.
I definitely... When I say I've been looking at I've been like basically getting back into Europe, right? I want a European citizenship, essentially. And my fucking god, I'll take anything at this point. I go to Germany. I'll go live in Berlin. Sounds good. I'll go live in fucking Lisbon or Lisboa. Fucking awesome. Like I'd rather learn Spanish than Portuguese, personally.
Yeah.
But it's why I would choose Barcelona over Lisbon. But fuck, like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll go live in Greece. Greek is a fucking crazy language. I'll learn it.
Oh, I really struggle with Greek, but I love Greece. I really do. I'm in the UK, 25 from the UK, looking to get my first property soon. So nervous. It's so much money for so little space. So, 1, congratulations.
Congrats.
That's great. 2, really, really, really think about if this is a place you are going to want to stay in for somewhat of the long haul. I would not buy a place that I did not want to live in for at least the next 10 years. It's entirely up to you. You're a grown-up. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Also, think about the fact that your mortgage is going to be the exact same length as the amount of time you've been alive now. Your house won't actually be yours until you're 50.
So that's not to say never buy.
No.
Because lots of people want to. That's not to say there is no benefit to it. But it is to say that buying and selling houses is incredibly expensive, stressful, long process. Don't buy a place that you're thinking, oh yeah, I'll probably upscale in the next couple of years and I'll go somewhere else. Because the chances of that happening and then also any bad thing happening is not low at all. Hey, Megs.
I'd also say one thing you definitely want to consider is if you're buying, like, I personally think renting is a form of freedom. I've definitely changed my mind on like buying and stuff like that. I feel like buying is, this is my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let this, like, I'm not trying to like tell you not what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think buying in the UK is a scam.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a big scam. And I said to Emily, if the same thing as what's happened to house prices happened to car prices, people would be flipping their shit. Like, if you can buy a used car for 10 grand, but then the same thing happened with house prices happened to cars, and you were paying like 100 grand for a used car, people would be like, this is ridiculous. 100 grand for a used car, but no one bats an eyelid at a property for some reason.
Yeah.
And I think it's a scam. I would say renting is freedom. Also, we are getting to the point now where the affordability of property is getting to the point where who can fucking afford it? Like, if you're expecting your property to do what for you, what your parents' property did for them, how? If they bought a house for 50 grand, now it's worth 500 grand. You're buying a property for 250k. It's not going to be worth 2.5 million.
Yeah.
Who's buying that?
Yeah, like
who's buying a studio flat for 2.5 million?
Yeah, like no one. What about BS money hungry landlords? Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah. True.
I would personally say that if you have the opportunity to, you should join a renters union. I think that the right of the renter is incredibly important, and that you as a person, like, don't get me wrong, you are in a rock and a hard place, and I understand that everybody's got like different driving reasons. Like, it's easier for Fred and I to say what we say because we don't want to have kids, right? If we wanted to have kids and the stability of having a child in a house that you know is going to stay there for a long time, or in a property or whatever, I totally get that. There are a variety of reasons for wanting to do different things. I also don't feel like I want to be 100% stuck in one place forever. That being said, a lot of people do want to be. They want to be around their family, and they want that stability. The problem that I have with the mortgages these days is they're so unbelievably expensive. They go, oh, don't worry, just put down a 5% deposit. Don't even stress about it. So you put down your 5%, and then you've got your stamp duty, and then you've got, oops, it turns out that, there's some stuff wrong with the house, because there always is. Whatever it is, there's always something that's going to happen where you're going to need to spend money you weren't expecting to spend. And then at the end of that, you are in a house where if you miss your mortgage payments, they will just take it from you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, London's unbelievably expensive. We live in London. It's where I've grown up. It's where I've always lived. It's frigging expensive. Also, yeah, Ghost Rider. I didn't really understand what your point was.
I didn't understand the point either.
Yeah, when you said, I have been overseas in different countries, but would never trade my freedom just for adventure.
Is that like I'm American and we're free? Or is that like a... Yeah,
like what was the thing? I live in WVA. I don't know what that is. And I've seen landlords use their BS money issues to put the squeeze on tenants and fill that up. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying renting is better than buying. I'm saying they're both fucked. But I'm saying, how to put it?
I can always downsize if I cannot afford my rent. I can always move somewhere else if I cannot afford my rent. If I have a property and I own it and I cannot afford to pay the mortgage, and I'm a self-employed person, you get good and bad months. The current situation I'm in is that I would end up paying like $3,000 a month on a mortgage. What happens if we get ill?
Also,
what happens if Twitch says no more video games? Also, you know what I mean?
What happens if I've paid off 80% of my mortgage and something happens, I can't afford the mortgage anymore? Do I get that 8% money back? No, the bank just takes the house. If you're privileged enough
and have the money, you can move. What do you mean? Like, what I'm saying is that at least when it comes to my rent, I can downsize much more easily than I can sell and then buy a cheaper house. Do you know what? Do you understand what I mean? Like, I'm putting these side by side. I'm not putting a fully paid off house next to rent.
No.
I'm putting my current situation, which is rent, or a property I'm going to be spending the next 30 years paying for.
This is also
you
all
know?
within the context of living in Britain, by the way, which is basically the average house price being £255,000, the average deposit being 25 grand, which you just need to give away to someone, along with stamp duty, which is basically a tax, like a house buying tax, where I give the government 20 grand for the privilege of buying a house that I can't afford. So it's just fucked all the way up.
And like,
And then the banks can decide the interest rate changes, and then I'm paying more. Like, because the interest rate is super low right now, so low right now, that's going to go up.
Yeah.
And also, I don't have any control over my investment of my property, if depending on what goes on around my property. If they decide to open up a sewage works next to my house, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
And that's my house price cut in half.
Well, like, our building has some of the dangerous cladding on it, which means that for a year, no one has been able to sell a property in this building.
Nope.
If I had a mortgage in this building that I couldn't afford, I would be fucked. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's better than Trump, though, right? Trump was a fuckwit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's also, I'm assuming you're American. I'm not entirely sure.
Think so. I don't really, like,
It's fine.
Not gonna get
But it's interesting as well when people look at, you understand I'm British, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't think Trump's better. The man's anyway. The point is that in America and in our politics, right? I mean, that's a bit of a joke. Is that people will look at the current situation and apply it to the current president, not necessarily extrapolating that like things have knock-on effects, right? So I guess you want some attention.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, him saying the only other place I've ever wanted to live in Germany is kind of like a bit of a. I can see where he's going with that. So.
Where? Why? What? Germany's good. I love Berlin.
Oh yeah, but I think he's saying it for other reasons.
How dare you? Germany's very against that. I don't know what any of this means. This is the problem. Americans, why you gotta come in and derail the conversation with things I don't know what you're talking about?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, yeah, what the fuck? Oh, like, I actually thought you meant veterinarian.
Yeah, he means veteran, right? I mean, sorry about that. That sucks. That probably wasn't a good time. Hi, feet.
Propaganda's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. I mean, God, they really go for the kids, too. It's pretty depressing.
You wouldn't catch me anywhere near anything military. Fuck that. I'm not dying for this shitty country. Any shitty country.
How the fuck did you get the account feet in 20...
I know, right?
2019! No way!
Are you wearing socks?
Don't look upon my feet. No, I'm not wearing socks.
I
actually got really cold feet right now, and I don't know where my slippers are.
I'm not wearing socks either.
Well, I don't want to get up right now.
Feet, how does that make you feel? We're both sitting here, sockless, feet to the breeze.
That's wild. Ain't no way I'd let my kids join the army. Oh my God, it's awful. Like, the way that the recruiters go around, like, the poorest high schools, specifically telling people who only want to get, like, a university degree that if you sign up, we'll pay for that. I know a friend in America who signed up to be I don't know, something in the military, fuck knows what, been doing it for years, decided, I'm done with it, I'm going to go study development and want to make apps, you understand, I don't understand the system, but get in contact with the military, say, hey, look, I'm going to go study something, how do I get into you paying my my costs, my fees, my tuition. Turns out that you have to, like, wasn't it you have to give them like $50 and sign something
like that,
right at the beginning of your signing up.
Yeah.
Nobody told her.
God, I forgot about that.
So after being in the like army, let's say, for like 5 years, doing stuff, being like working in the army, turns out you don't get any support towards your university fees. Whoops. There's nothing that can be done about it. Like, tell me that's not predatory. Yeah. You're signing up kids from school saying, don't worry, you can get a free degree.
As a random tangent, isn't it wild that, like, Americans, and this is not, obviously, I love you, my American people in chat, I love you guys very much. You guys are the best. But you do get, like, kind of like the yokels in America, right, who are sort of like, communism. socialism? Never in this country would allow such a thing. And their kid joins the military and they get free university, free healthcare, and all that sort of stuff from the government.
Yeah.
The government pays them a monthly wage, and they're like, absolutely fine.
Yeah,
It's like-
literally.
it's so weird.
Yeah, it's like, well, hang on.
What about your
what do I-
Scandinavian viewers? I would make out with every single Scandinavian viewer in the stream right now.
Fine ass Scandinavian.
Scandinavians?
mhm. Yeah.
Ass, no, I'm kidding.
Oh, Excel, every time I die. Every time I hear that, I go to the Democratic Republic of North Korea and I frolic.
That's just like, you join the
Mm.
military, you get paid, you get free healthcare, you get free education. But anyone else, it's like, but that is social. Are we? Okay.
Okay, fine. But yeah, no, I just don't really like it when people come in, like having a real conversation, and people come in and like, let's make it all about me for a minute. It's like, no, I don't give a shit about you.
Well, so the whole
I
point.
mean, like, admitting you like Trump is very cringe. Like, that's very cringe.
Dan.
It's a cringe take.
It is a cringe
Trump's
take.
a racist. Ooh.
Also,
right?
old meme.
Yeah, like
Old meme. It's like,
There's
dude.
nothing. I mean, honestly.
Does he still?
the
Is he one of
idea-
those people who's like, he's still the president?
No, but the idea that you'd be like, yes.
Jimmy Carter Jr. is gonna tell me he's still the president. Jimmy Carter Jr. He's gonna turn up and he's gonna be like, "Yo, Trump's still in charge. Biden's under house arrest. It's all a ruse."
Well, like, the funny thing about it as well is that, like, after the Four Seasons landscaping debacle, you're still like, now that's a leader. Like,
The Four Seasons landscaping
How do
was
you
the
live
best
through that?
moment of my life.
literally, I will never
when we were
experience
sitting there-
joy.
It's on StreamVODs as well.
Yeah.
I could go look at that. When we were sitting there, and I was like, "Why are they hosting it here?" We watched it on stream.
Opposite a dildo shop.
I didn't
Ugh.
even need the shop at that dildo shop because I was fully erect.
Oh, there
the
was no
largest
need.
boner I've ever had in my life. I was literally sitting there. The bottom of the desk was tilted. Oh, it was so good.
Hi Dan, how you doing? Can my stepdaughter ask you something, girl? No. Done.
Wait,
this-
what?
Yeah.
That's a re- Why so specific?
Can I get a hell no? Do I have a button for that?
We used to have a bump for
I
that.
used to have a button for
Oh,
hell
is it this
no.
one?
No, but I like this one too. Now the
Yeah,
hell
yeah,
no, hell to the no.
Oh, I should add that.
Yeah, that's sad, man. I want that back. It'll do.
I'm surprised that
The
works at
adult
all,
shop
actually.
wasn't even the best thing. Across the street was an event venue that they could have been in the whole time, but instead they were in the car park of the Four Seasons landscaping because they can't Google Four
It
Seasons.
wasn't even the car, it was the alleyway, wasn't it? It was insane.
It was like the back alleyway of
I would never, ever peak that hard again. I swear to God, it was great.
absolutely monumental situation.
But the whole point of this conversation was to say that streaming is really fucking hard.
Mhm.
And you aren't guaranteed an income. It's really mentally draining. And if you want to afford to live in the fucking UK right now, you have to move to the middle of nowhere, live in a shed that's got a fiber optic connection, and then stream from that connection. Never see your family, never see your friends again. Hopefully, you'll bump into someone one day who's like someone you fancy, whether it's man or woman, and then settle down. Hopefully, they're okay with shed life.
I mean, they'll be thrilled. They'll be like, "You have a shed?"
And then you turn on the light bulb for the first time, and the energy company breaks through your door and says, "That's £1 million." It turns out you were never streaming. You were just in a hollow box with sock puppets.
Where's my alert?
And your wife was a raccoon the entire time.
Bo! Coming
12
in with
months.
one whole year. You love to see it. Thank you so much. But yeah, no, it's really. I'm glad to like bring it all full circle. I'm really glad that Valkyrie was like, "Don't quit your job to become a streamer." There is a lot that you can do to help you get there, to help you grow, to help you eventually potentially become a full-time streamer. It's definitely not impossible. It's definitely not out of your reach. There are about 1,000 things that can trip you up along the way, and they are not your fault. They aren't like you haven't failed if you don't make it. You haven't failed if you become a full-time streamer for a bit and you stop. But
I did.
at the same time, do not throw people like grind culture and like manifesting / hustle culture, right? I already said no. I've been perfectly clear with you.
Today I'll be answering no questions.
No. You say go again, I dare you. I mean, yeah.
Lots of positivity. I have to get my head down. Up at 5.
Pay the government half my wages.
Go to bed, sir.
Go to bed. I will see you soon.
We are streaming tomorrow, so
yes, at a normal time.
And it's.
But like, it's all doable.
Yeah.
It may not last forever. Blah blah blah.
But
at the same time, I mean, yeah. Why would you refer to me as girl?
My golden rule is if you want to get into streaming, and you find yourself sort of like not doing it and asking people. I mean, it's gonna sound harsh, but usually people who want to get into streaming are already doing stuff, and they don't really ask. They're on YouTube learning, right? So it's like if you're sitting there and you're sort of like, how do I get into streaming? It probably means that you've got like a really not the correct view on what streaming actually is, or what self-employment actually is, or any of that.
No one need to give you permission. You can just do it.
You can just start.
Just
you don't
give
even
it
need
a
a
go.
webcam. You don't even need a mic, really, but you probably should have a mic.
Oh my god, Peachy banned him. Oh no, the whispers I'm gonna get. Why was I banned in your channel by your communist moderators?
My stepdaughter wanted to ask a question about lingerie. We were wondering if you could show me a picture of you wearing the lingerie. Fanhouse.app/mstream.
Mate, best thing. I've got 2 of this shirt now. And the sleeves are way too long. And now my hands are warm. So I'm just sitting here off stream. I don't know why the arms are so long. Like, are my arms incredibly short? I'm not sure. They're so long.
They're small.
Little floppy. I'm not saying what it looks like, but you know what I mean.
That's not what it looks like, Em.
But
what loose
it's very
person you've been
warm.
hanging out with.
I'm talking about blokes, not ladies.
I'm talking about blokes too.
Look at that.
That's not what it looks like.
But I can fold it up. I'll do like a good long sleeve. Yeah, I'm just living. I'm honestly living up. And I painted my nails. I'm so ready for the world.
Yeah.
Well, Fred was trying to take a picture while we were out for coffee for just the Instagram story.
The gram.
And oh my god, my hands were such a state. I had to hold the coffee like this. It was like the most. It's like what's happened to Emily's fingers? So we've redeemed ourselves. Girl, why was I banned and coming? Literally, girl, can you tell my stepdaughter why I was?
Girl,
stepchild. A spontaneous mention of a stepchild is now. It's a red flag. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. Many people have stepchildren. That is delightful. But if somebody out of nowhere
keeps on getting stuck in the washing machine, you got any advice how to prevent her from getting stuck? Every time I go near her, I just get thrusted at. It's weird.
It's a red flag.
I don't know what she's doing.
No, don't.
I wouldn't help, but booty too big. Booty too big.
The internet is a mess.
Also, I've been followed by Man vs. Game on Twitter for the 5th time.
Yeah, Man vs. Game keeps following and unfollowing Fred, and Fred's like, what have I done?
I think he keeps on forgetting who I am. And Emily retweets me, and he's like, that's a good tweet, follow. Then I'll say something else he doesn't like, and he'll unfollow. But he's like stuck.
We need to keep more of a track of what you say that puts off Man vs. Game. Because, like, what could you be saying that puts him off that I don't say?
He's still following me now, so...
Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
Like, because I am equally... I am at least as political. More political, but I think we're both pretty political on our socials.
I'm a little bit more... sweary than you are. But I don't think he's got a problem with that.
I don't think he's going to be upset by swearing. I don't know.
She's
what
waiting
have
for the
you been
public to
doing?
come around? Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, no, please. Ow. You just get like a spontaneous cramp in your side.
Yeah, it happened to me earlier.
Ow!
Sucked.
That's so rude.
All right,
I think
so
I'm not breathing very well.
Good news is...
Good news!
None of you guys are quitting your job to start streaming.
Hey!
And if you do want to start streaming, you're going to keep that job, because when I started streaming, I had kept my job for 4 months. I hated it. And for 4 months, I was earning more money on Twitch than I was at the job.
And that's when Fred quit.
And then I was literally like, do I quit? Going to work is costing me money. That's not how work is supposed to work.
Yes.
So
that is when you should quit. When you are like, do you know what? This is taking up time that I could be spending on the thing that I'm actually making money on.
PG has actually quit a job.
Yes! I love that.
So PG, when's the first stream?
Yeah.
I got like 5 webcams. You want me to
mhm.
send you one?
I never earned from streaming what I earn in my day job, so... Well, 1, congrats on being a rich
Also-
bitch. 2, you know how much money you need, right? At the end of the day, Fred was comparing his minimum wage job to streaming,
Part-time.
right? You are comparing your I got money job to streaming. You may say, look, I'm currently making... I'm just going to pick random numbers. Don't start screaming at me when I'm wrong. I'm just for example. I'm currently making £100,000 a year. Okay, I'm a rich motherfucker.
Damn.
Good for you. Now, I know I do not need all that money. I've got some money saved up, blah, blah, blah. I can downscale some of my costs. I got my mortgage back in the 80s. It cost me £3.50. All that shit, right? I can easily, right, live off £50,000 a year, right? Therefore, once my stream is generating my socials, my sponsor gigs are generating that, great, go jump in, right?
Yeah. Your
I cannot
average
speak.
yearly salary
Yeah.
minus commuting costs, because you do not commute anymore.
Yeah. I cannot speak for what your costs are, what your cost of living is, the type of lifestyle you want to live, whatever, right? The money you've got coming in, the bills you need to pay. Bear in mind, Fred is talking about making literally fucking pennies in home base 10 years ago. Okay?
I was making £400 a month.
As I said.
And then I was streaming and I was
yeah.
making £500 a month
Mhm.
from Twitch. And I was like, I doubled my money, right? I was like, oh my god, more than. And I was like, oh my god, this is really great. And then on the 4th month, I made £600. And I was like,
That's it.
well, I took a week off on that last month, right? I had time off and I took it. And then that week off got me even more money. And I'm like, dude, do I quit? Do I do it? Oh my god, do I do it? And even then I was hesitating. But most people, there's a lot of people now who just like, I don't know. I think people are a bit more gung-ho right now because it's like streaming is much bigger now. Ethereum, Bitcoin, maybe quit my day job. Congratulations.
Cool. I mean, that's the thing, is like everybody's got their own individual situation, so I can't say do it exactly like Fred did, do it exactly like whatever. But Fred was basically like, it was scary. Well, it was scary for you.
Oh, it's terrifying.
But at the same time, Fred was kind of like, this may be my only opportunity to try and do this.
No qualifications, no education really in any real sense, and a shit job. I was like, kind of like, I was in a position where it was like, just do it. Like, YOLO, essentially. That's the only time YOLO is really a thing you should do. But
and it's not as though getting back into a shelf stacking job at home base was like, how am I ever going to find this employment opportunity again?
Yeah.
You know? So,
get into NFTs? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Especially selling them. If you can sell some NFTs, do it.
Don't.
I have a wife and 4 kids to support, so I became a content creator in my current job. Now that's doing well. I might start streaming later this year.
I mean, that's incredibly great.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Honestly, I was going to say this as well. You also don't need to stream with the goal of making it a job. I think a lot of people don't really realize that.
You can just stream.
You can just have fun
and
do some
have
streams.
fun. Yeah. This is the best joke.
Utility $150. Someone who's good at the economy actually got this. My family is dying.
Have you tried spending less money on candles, sir?
No! That's literally the British government being like, I don't know why we're bankrupt. Did you spend all your money on a COVID app? Yes.
Also, I just noticed that we've got 7 of our top 10 bits of the week filled up. Chat.
Wait, thank you so much.
You know how I feel about my top 10 bits of the week. Chat. It's the first day of the week, okay?
We are going for a good, fun week.
Do we have 3 people who have 1 bit?
Yeah, if you got 1 bit, you can be in the top 10.
1
Make me
bit.
feel very
I'm asking for a penny.
Yeah.
Chat. If you haven't given bits yet today,
I want a single penny. No, it is nice to fill up the top 10.
I don't care how much it's filled up with. I just like seeing my top 10 filled up. Sounds a bit weird when I say it like that.
Throw money on a dog. Have 0 regrets. Your dog is so cute, and I love him.
Megany, I love him. With your dog chewing on your hair, chewing on your Ethernet cables, pissing on the floor, and biting your fiance, and you are still happy. That's awesome. I personally would have a strangely, really suspect dog-sized sofa behind me.
He's so small.
In the same package. Why it'd be so small?
He's only 11 weeks. He's so little. He cannot learn everything in one go.
I would. Absolutely.
Florence Bot has money. What
Florence
the hell?
bot.
Who's giving the bot money? Wow, GG Flow bot. What a bougie bot.
I'm just saying, if my dog was, if I had a dog that was doing all that, it would be me and Zoomer in the newspaper. Is what I'm saying.
Oh no,
I'm just joking.
Fred loves his animals.
Oh god.
Uh,
Ninja Just Skill and also Florence Bot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woogly. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fucking dickhead. Fuck you. Fuck. Thanks, Woogly.
Delightful.
Thank you.
Yay.
Hey, Drexington, what's up, dude?
How you doing? Shit toe.
I'm investing my retirement funds on interesting enamel pins and patches.
Wow, you're gonna look so cool.
Nice,
You're
nice,
really
nice.
gonna be like
I'm still hoping those patchwork kids. What's it called? Fuck.
Beanie Babies.
I'm really hoping those Beanie Babies. That investment comes through.
Yeah, my Beanie Babies are about to pay dividends.
I've got £43,000 in Beanie Babies. They're in a warehouse somewhere. They said there was a leak, but I'm sure it's fine.
It'll be fine. Be fine. They're all made of plastic anyway, aren't they? Be great. Chat. It's all about tulip futures. Oh my god! The rare 1800s Dutch meme. You love to see it.
The tulips.
Yeah.
Apparently, though, the tulips crashing the economy it's not true.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't.
Was.
I saw a TikTok saying otherwise. You know what? TikTok is always correct.
I believe I watched a much longer YouTube video on the topic, so it must have been true.
And apparently, my TikToker said history.com said it's not true.
Well, that must be where history lives. History.com.
That's domain. It's right there in a domain.
Well, Pog, maybe it isn't true. I have to look it up.
It's like when I went to sex.com to lose my virginity.
Well, perfectly.
£9.99 a month, and I've paid it every month since I was 12.
Dick in the fucking DVD port. Not history.com. See, now I don't know who to believe. I don't know what's the truth. We're spreading as much misinformation as Joe Rogan.
To be honest, I think I was high and drunk when I watched that video, so.
You were high and drunk, and you watched a single TikTok, and you were like, "This has changed my entire life."
Chat,
Probably.
being in lockdown's made me a super lightweight. I really wanted to get some sleep last night, right? So, and I was like determined. I was like, I am having some good sleep. I've worked so hard recently. I'm getting some sleep.
Yes! I'm actually glad that you stopped right there before he admits to committing any crimes.
So last night I had a glass of milk and rum.
Oh, that's okay. That's all
And
fine.
I downed it, right? I drank. It was quite a bit of rum. It's probably like a triple shot of rum, and with a big glass of milk. And I drank it, and I turned around, and I was like, "How am I already a little bit like?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so lightweight
Fred's
now."
out here drinking rum to go to sleep like a pirate. Hey, Flo, you gonna actually stand up, or do you want me to handle your treats? Miss Peachy. Oh, yeah, she had a little sip. Has redeemed. Give Flo a treat.
Oh, big stretch.
Hey, Flo. What about 2 crunchy balls? We'll start with 1 crunchy ball. Oh my god, she dived right in.
That's why I say to Emily to get the mood set.
Crunchy?
How about 2 crunchy balls?
Ah, no! Big stretch. Oh, she's gone with the ball. She'll be back, though. She's got to eat it on the floor. The ball's a particularly tricky one. Oh, she munching. You can hear it. I'm going to give her a 2.
She crunching.
They made a cocktail with the stuff. Ooh, boy! Ooh, nice. Oh, she gone again? Oh, munch, munch. Crunch, crunch. Right, this one's being eaten on the sofa. She's going to get 1 on each individual surface. 1 last treat, Flo? Have you finished that one? Have you left a piece of treat on the sofa? No, she hasn't. I don't know what she was looking at.
Chat, I found out today that the average human's gut contains more neurons than cats have in their heads.
I tried to scoop. It did not go well.
Which explains why cats are so fucking stupid.
Flo! Has Flo got high recently? No, I might have to hook her up tonight. What do you want, Florence? The big zoot tonight?
The big zoot.
Like, she gets high like a cool guy from the 30s, you know? Be quite fun, actually, putting all her catnip in like a tube.
Yeah.
Like a joint or something. Just having her like fight her way in.
Mate, be hilarious. Maybe you make a little tiny one, just make her hold it in half. She wouldn't do it though. She'd be like, trying to eat it.
Yeah.
Chat, it is currently 10:30 at night.
Yes.
And we've been live for 2.5 hours.
Yes.
I love you guys, but Also,
It has been a short but fun stream.
short but fun stream, but it went well.
Delightful.
Entire streaming
Excellent.
PC, wiped.
Everything worked.
Everything reinstalled from fresh. And look at us. Look at us on X.264. A real streamer's encoder. None of this NVENC bullshit. Ugh.
Sorry, I've got an itchy face.
Imagine you're streaming encoded on the spare encoder chip on your GPU.
Oh.
Disgusting.
Anyway.
My Threadripper does it.
For my nerds, you get me. And chat, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm aiming to be on a good normal time, like
Will
4 or
this
5.
work?
No going out song. Hey!
All right, chat. Gonna be live tomorrow.
Follow on all the socials.
We'll try and be on time because I am going to the gym a little bit earlier than the stream starts, and I think that will be we'll have fun.
Yes.
Chat. I love you.
Yeah.
Smooch. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.